Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of the DOP Report podcast.
Oh, hello.
Hello, hi. Well,
I was just like
the warning
flat
in.
chat.
oh boy, here we go.
Sorry. And I was like, and I'm flat chatting and I'm researching things for the quiz because the quiz is going to be a bit on the fly tonight. So I was like, okay, great. And then it was like, hello. I was like, oh, proper, we're on. Sorry.
You wait like 30 seconds, and then because we got to half past, I was like, I should probably look at the chat just to see if he mentioned it.
Oh,
No.
yeah, I wasn't
So
even looking at the chat.
So I'm
looking
talking,
at,
and then Ben just goes, "Hello."
I'm
Well, I
flat looking in Disneyland Paris to make
Just look at the
questions for
time.
this
It's not our first episode. Come on.
quiz. I know, but like, I'm so late today. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I think we're all a little bit late because it's we're breaking our like 2-week pattern. We had a 1-week pattern, and now we have a 2-week pattern, and we're back to the 1-week pattern. And the reason is that we're opening.
Yay!
Well, we've
Yay!
always been open.
Well, we're not open. We've always been open, but Disneyland Paris is reopening. So
We've actually opened more.
we've been more open in Disneyland Paris, yes, which was
Well,
0.
even more than we were always open as well. Like we're proper open.
Yeah. Let me just do the introductions first. We have Jeff from GLP Town Square.
Hello.
Hello. Patrick, our game master.
Hi.
Steph is here. If you don't know Steph, she's Steph Frost Photo. Is that your handle? Yes.
Yeah. Hi.
On Twitter. Thank you. Who else is here?
Cat.
Cat's here.
Oh, you're here. Hi.
Hello.
Kat is
How are
back
you?
live from somewhere in America. Where are you, Kat?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Tell us all about your exciting, like, booking flights. Tell us all about that.
Yeah, no, I just booked my flight to come back to France. So,
Oh, wow.
Yay.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when is that going to be?
leaving 1st of July.
Okay.
Ben,
Oh, my
turn
God,
it-
that's
turn
so
us off.
soon.
AKA just in time.
Yeah, literally like just the 14-day quarantine and then woo.
Yeah.
Ben,
Well, you
please
might.
turn us
Well, I hope
We're-
they don't.
we're too
Well,
quiet.
yeah. Do you have quarantine for Americans in France? Like, what is the deal? I mean, you
Um,
should, but
I think it's the recommended is you stay 14 days in isolation just to make sure that
Yeah.
you're not asymptomatic, but
When
think
does your
that's
pass? When does your pass expire?
August something.
Oh wow! So you've got like a month to be there.
Yeah.
but now
Right.
it's going to be like October or something.
Yeah, it's like okay, yeah, might as well
December.
use it.
I don't know, November. I'm told to
Yay!
increase the sound of guests. You guys are already on max. I don't know what's wrong with the sound. It's been we've had like few sound issues for the past couple of weeks, so I don't know. So yes, if you've missed the big news today, we're Monday, July. We're Monday, June 22nd. I'm already there. We're Monday, June 22nd, and July 15 has been announced as the reopening date for Disneyland Paris. Finally, after it's gonna be 4 months by the time it opens.
Almost exactly, I think.
Yeah, it closed on
The 14th of March.
14th. Yeah, 14th of March. So
Yeah.
that is literally 4 months.
4
Which-
months and 1 day.
Which really has felt like a decade, to be honest. But yeah, so now I'm quiet. Okay, fine. Jesus. Okay, can you all hear me okay now?
Yep.
Good. So lots of information, lots of questions. Where do we start? Jeff, tell us about Cars Route 66.
That's exactly what we were talking about.
I think this is where we should start.
I think
most
this is where we should
thrilling
start
one.
because A, it's like the funniest, and B, like let's get that out the way and just move on. Like, which I feel like is going to be every fan when they go on Cars Route 66. It'd be like, let's get this out of the way and move on. So there is concept art of Cars Route 66. They have painted the truck blue, wrote Dynaco on it, and that's Cars Route 66.
Well,
Yay.
but like we don't know what is going to be on the rest of the.
Okay, let me
route.
read the synopsis to you.
Okay.
Hang on. I need
I'll-
to just find it. Just give me a moment.
I love that out of all the news that came out today, this is what we start with. This is typical us.
Can I say while Jeff is like just finding that little thing to read to us, I was just saying, right? Okay, we don't like getting duds, right? But at the end of the day, Tram Tour was like way like past its sell by day, and like even just a video of like Jeremy Irons and this French actress that we're meant to know, it was like painful to watch, and then like all the things that had gone from it. So I'm like, okay, yeah, we don't like getting duds, but like when we think of it, they're trying to do this to like keep us ticking over while like expansions are coming. So like I know we don't like to get crap things, but like it could, like, you know, like we got Animation Celebration out of it, which is pretty good. So like if we get one thing that's not as good, then okay, fair enough. But like,
I mean, like,
I don't think it looks terrible as the way everyone says it looks terrible.
I feel like it's going to be like a trap for first-time guests and for younger kids, and they're going to be like, "Ooh, cars, let's go!" And then, you know, that's the way to get people out of the way, especially with social distancing now. I think that's a decent way to get people out of the way of the park for however long this thing is going to be, which now sounds like it's going to be about 10 minutes because they've cut most of it. But
it was kind of like a stroke of genius of putting it in the announcement. I found the thing. I'll read it in a second. It's a stroke of genius to put it in the announcement. One, because they thought they could bury it. Ha ha ha. That didn't really work. But two, like, until that came out, the whole Disney World was like, oh my gosh, Walt Disney World's reservation system is a dumpster fire. And now instead, it's, oh, they're actually going to set a truck on fire. Wow. Aren't trucks like alive in the world of cars?
Yeah.
I have a theory on this. Like, I feel like they're going to adjust the fire, and the truck is not going to fully catch on fire. It might be... I feel like it might fit in the storyline, like, oh, you know... oh no, I'm on fire! Like, and you have like a little bit of fire in the back, and then all the water comes down, and oh, we've saved the trucks. Yeah, he's okay. Look, he's still talking.
Right, but okay, so
but his mate is not moving. His mate is never moving. So like,
just
no, because he's stuck. Maybe he's stuck. See, I should be an Imagineer. Maybe he's stuck in the mountain. He was going on a trip and he got stuck in the mountain and he caught on fire.
And
there's many problems with this.
And he got like automobile paralysis and is now unable to.
He was in a tragic accident.
Yeah, and Lightning McQueen and Mater have had the same fate because we can see and hear them, but we can't see them actually move, and it's like. Yeah.
I feel like this is a perfectly good explanation. I'm sorry.
Big problem is that number one, like, if you set the thing alive, like, you are technically burning a person, right? This is the same thing. And then to extinguish him, you're going to dump several tons of water on him.
People catch on fire all the time. You've seen Mrs. Doubtfire. She caught on fire. She was fine.
But they didn't then throw, like, whatever it is, like 60 tons of water on her. Like, that's a lot of water, and it's pretty heavy.
But, yeah. So maybe they're going to drown him instead of burning him. I don't know, man. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the synopsis that Disneyland Paris have released today. Cars Route 66 will be a fully themed Cars experience with new decor, story, music, and vehicles, bringing guests along a Route 66 road trip to discover natural wonders. Natural wonders? I mean, okay, fine. Such as the world's biggest lug nut, whatever that is.
Yeah, what is that?
And active water springs. Guests will even encounter favorite characters like Lightning McQueen and Mater along the way.
Okay, I mightn't be as like against this if like, you know, when I was in America in Disneyland, I did buy a whole outfit for the opening of this in Cars Land over there because they had so much merch. I was like, let's do it. I'm not really mad on Cars, but I do have an outfit for it, so I kind of want it to be okay.
But the largest lug nut, like a lug nut is literally just like that little thing you put at the end of like the like it's literally like
I
what?
I just googled it. It like goes on the wheel cap.
Yeah, it's like this little tiny thing. It's like, yes, this is what we're showing off. Perfect.
Well,
like if you Google lug nut right now, anyone who's listening, and especially people actually here, like, just Google it, look at a picture of a lug nut, and go, yeah, that's what I want to see.
It's like we're not. Well, I mean, it's accurate. When you're on a road trip in America, they're like, "Ooh, the largest ball of thread or something." You're like, "Oh God, here we go."
I must not be googling the right thing because I have some kind of easy listening artist.
L-U-G.
I'm glad you went that way and not the other way because it very much could have went the other way. So,
like, I'm gonna put it in the I'm gonna put it in
Is
the
it
Skype
like
chat. I'm
lug
sorry
nut?
that
No. So a lug nut is a wheel fastener for cars. No, I'm still not googling the right thing. Although that is
no,
cars.
no, no.
Oh,
That's
is that
it.
what it is?
That's the
Oh.
one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. That's a choice. Yeah.
Who like goes to a Disney park and goes, yes, I'm gonna see a lug nut today.
Oh wow. So that's what it is. Okay. So
I
it's
think
like a
most
car.
people,
It's like a car
most
thing.
people go,
Okay.
most people go to Disney parks and like, what the hell is a lug nut?
Well, we've learned something. We're an educational show. We've learned something tonight. Apart from
They
Kat,
put
who
it-
apparently knew what it was.
They put it in the marketing, so like people like us, like going, oh, the world's biggest lug nut. Sounds impressive. What's a lug nut? And then they Google it and go, oh, really?
Hell.
Right. So on to other news.
I enjoyed
feel
that.
like
That was a very good segment.
yeah. I mean, we knew it was going to be a mess, but we just don't know how much of a mess it's going to be because we've all been on Trump tour, and like the view you get on Trump tour is far from natural wonders. There was one cute part in the forest, and that is the part that they have cut. So.
They even called it a natural wonder. Like,
So right
they built
now,
this themselves.
what you
Like,
see,
you can see the back of it. It's like
Yeah.
steel.
oh no, but they're gonna
Have a blow up thing, isn't it? Isn't it like
No,
an
but-
inflatable?
they're gonna put some kind of posters on the back of Catastrophe Canyon or something lasting out.
Yeah, because that's what everyone has on the back of a canyon. Posters.
Posters.
Because right now it's like tubes and stuff. Because you're supposed to be enjoying seeing the backstage of the movies, but all of a sudden you're, yeah. Because I can't. I mean, the only thing that you see back there is the natural wonders of backstage.
Yeah.
So you
Does
might
anyone
see
know where the artifacts are going?
you might
like
see a
the
cast
props
member
and
in the
stuff?
wild.
Oh, the props that were there have been sent back to the Walt Disney Archives.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
Um,
at least we didn't have the responsibility of just throwing those away.
And also, like, how long is that ride going to be? Because, I mean, you leave from behind Ratatouille, basically, and you just go straight to the canyon, and then you go around, and then you're back there. So,
I like the way
Sounds
they said.
fun.
I like the way they said that there'd be music though, because like maybe the music might be cool. I don't know. I'm just.
It's just
The
Lightning
music of
McQueen
Cars is
saying
really good, to be
ka-chow for
fair.
10 minutes.
yeah,
I
I
would
mean,
pay to listen to that. So like
Like,
Yeah,
but
no,
when you
I'm
go-
ready.
if
when
they
you
don't
go on
play,
Radiator
if they don't play a
Springs, right,
version,
it's nice.
if they don't play a
Like the
version of
music.
Life is a Highway, I'm asking for a refund of my.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I love that music when you come out if you've been on Radiator Springs, you come out the loading area,
Yeah.
and that music whilst you go through the canyon and stuff
yeah,
is
the little
really
soft
really good.
So good.
guitar, the soft guitar pling.
Yeah.
Like yeah, we like that.
But if they use that, I'd be quite happy because that's
Mhm.
really nice.
And then you realize, oh wait, I
I'm
just
not
think,
Not in
I just think-
California.
yeah, I just think right, literally Disneyland Paris needs to bite the bullet, build like an indoor Radiator Springs in like Walt Disney Studios Park, and let's just do that and like let's not do Star Wars anyway.
And
Okay,
have all the neon lights.
No, but the
Like-
Cars Land is earmarked for the right side. Like when you get to the lake to the right of
yeah,
Frozen.
I just put it on indoors. So
You have to
you'll
dream
never-
bigger, Patrick. We want Star Wars and Cars Land and
I mean,
Pandora.
And
I
Frozen.
want it all. You have to be
Queensland is beautiful though.
be more
Like,
Sharpay.
I love
Oh,
Big
God.
princess, dream
Oh.
big princess.
Can we have a High School Musical land, please?
Yes. Oh my god.
A land.
Yeah. Or the show back.
What would the attraction be?
You just get rid of Studio One. It's all
Yeah.
High School Musical.
It could be like a show named Sharpay's Broadway Adventure or something.
Well, to be fair to like High School Musical, that when they had the Backlot Express, is that what it was called?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have
That
them.
restaurant.
They
and that was
were.
dressed up as East High. That worked really well, and then they put some Iron Man stickers in there, and it was like, okay, you ruined it again.
They did.
And then they were like, and there's Pirates of the Caribbean. And you're
I
like,
was
okay,
gonna say, yeah, there was that odd Pirates of the Caribbean room, like you were in High School Musical, and then you take your little tray with your shit food, and you just go, and you're like, oh, I'm in Pirates.
The Pirates bit was still up there the last time I ate in there, so.
Yeah. I think that was
The
like
weird thing.
Yeah, and I remember the last time I was there, it was like packed, and everyone was in the Pirates room. I was like, okay, this is the thing that we
Well,
do.
it was kind of nicely themed, actually.
Yeah,
was
that
not-
was
it was
the weird
not
thing. Like they were
poorly
both
done.
good.
Yeah,
They just
but
didn't
I
work
think
together.
I think they did it because these are just like movies that proved to be popular. So they were like, "Oh, we don't have a pirates place. Let's just make a room for pirates." And then they had High School Musical, and then obviously Marvel. They bought Marvel, and they were like, "Well, how can we put Marvel in the park? Should we build a land? No, let's just put stickers." But then
Yeah.
eventually, eventually they're building a land ish sort of.
Can I also have another controversial opinion? You know
Sure.
that video that they brought out today, where it was like all the characters and all that. And
Yeah, that is not what I was
like,
promised.
I just
Yeah,
felt like they recycled so much B-roll that I've seen way before, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's cute, but like, oh, like you see the way in Shanghai and like they are in like specifically Shanghai, I have a clear memory of like Shanghai having really cool videos. Like Shanghai had a great like, oh, look at all the characters in the park and blah blah. Whereas if someone was just like cheap B-roll, I was like, oh, is this what we're getting? Just recycle stuff again.
And
Well,
they use that recycled stuff for so much stuff. Like,
But
I
it's
think
weird
they used it
because-
a couple of weeks ago to say thank you to APs, didn't they?
I was
Yeah.
told they were gonna use something else. So I don't know why this happened. Probably things did
Maybe
not get
something
approved.
else.
Things did not get
comes
approved in
later.
time, which is always one of the main reasons of
Or
stuff
maybe,
happening.
or maybe something else comes later. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, the
I just felt like it was rather underwhelming though. Like I was like, oh,
yeah, I was excited to see there was a video, and then I watched it, and I was like, oh, yeah, okay.
yeah.
It is what it is, and well, we haven't seen Natasha's video. Is for cast members only, but she did a video where she was just talking to the camera, so haven't missed anything there. She just said we're reopening on July 15, and basically that's it. So
Now get back to work.
yeah,
We're
So-
not paying you to do nothing. In fact, we're not paying you at all.
yeah. Well,
so-
maybe also that's the thing about not having a custom video is that no cast members are on site. I mean, Disney World didn't get one either. I don't know. Hong Kong
But
has
I
been
think they have
preparing.
filmed a bunch.
Hong Kong has been preparing to reopen for the past 3 months. Basically, the second they closed, they were already preparing to reopen. Those like social distancing things appeared like a week later. And I don't know what the cast situation is there, but apparently they have people on hand. And in Shanghai, same thing. They had those cute little videos.
That the Hong Kong video was really well done, by the way. That
Yeah.
was a really good
Yeah.
piece.
Do we not have a video in Paris for like explaining the measures? I guess not.
It's coming.
Was it?
Yeah.
Should not already be here so that like we can all be massively sharing it.
Well, usually it comes the next day, right, or something like that. And also, remember the Shanghai cute character videos? They came a few days before the
By,
actual reopening. That wasn't the announcement. It was
Oh,
just before the
okay.
reopening.
Well, I hope that we'll go down that way because when cast members start coming back to work and our characters start coming back, I feel like that would be a really cute thing just to be like, oh, cool.
Yeah,
And-
I've been saying all along that the reopening announcement should probably be a bit more matter of fact, and then as you get closer to the day, that's when you bring in the charming and the magic. Like, I think that's
Yeah.
a good way to go.
Like have like here are the guidelines, and then later like ooh characters.
Here are all
Yeah.
the things you won't be following because we know. You. And let's
Here are
see
the masks. You can
let's-
smoke through them. Have fun.
let's just have some fun and see how it goes. I love it. No, I feel really bad because like in general, like 100%, like I think in general though people have been quite okay at like not being on top of you lately in France, but like you'll always have people regardless of what country or culture it is that will just be like no personal space for you. So
Well, hopefully it will be policed properly.
That's funny.
But so talking about videos, a new ad is coming in a few days, and it's called My Prince, and it was shot with a drone over Sleeping Beauty Castle, and apparently it's very emotional. It will have a new version of Someday My Prince Will Come to illustrate the joy of coming together once again. So looking forward to see that. It was not made by Disneyland Paris, so it might be good. And
sorry, everyone has to stop having humdingers. I'm still trying to prepare a quiz here. So stop making me laugh.
oh god, don't worry, we have a lot of news to go through, so you have time to finish the quiz.
Like I guess we're probably going to be doing this for like an hour or so, maybe. Like,
Yeah.
It's a big piece of news.
Yeah, so there's going to be a TV campaign, which we're going to see soon. And so we should move on to the hotels.
But we haven't even mentioned the date yet.
We mentioned July 15. We mentioned July 15. I mean,
I think we just said it's reopening, so that's happening.
No,
There's a campaign
thanks. But
going.
if you're listening,
No,
if you're Disney into Disneyland Paris podcast, you probably have heard
Yeah.
this before.
yeah, I've
I'm
probably
not
seen
breaking
a
news yet.
tweet or 100.
Yeah, but some people will be listening on iTunes and stuff, and we probably should mention that it's going to reopen on July 15th.
I will
Not the
put it.
14th. That's Bastille Day.
I will put it in
Yeah,
the
it's my-
name
it's my
of,
dad's
of the
birthday. Woo.
episode, so that
Ooh.
people don't miss the news. So only one hotel is going to be open when the parks reopen, and it will be Newport Bay Club. So if you have a reservation at any other hotel, basically if you have a reservation at Disneyland Hotel, I'm sorry, but if you have a reservation at any of the other hotel, there comes your sweet upgrade, because everyone will be gathered up at Newport Bay Club starting the 15th. So if you've booked Santa Fe, well, nice work.
Quite in.
Yeah, where my Santa Fe /
Ka-ching.
yeah, where are my homies at, because I don't ever have any more money than to stay in either Cheyenne or Santa Fe. So
And so,
That's
and you also get a nice air conditioner upgrade, because it's going to be very hot in July. So it's nice you could stay in a room with air conditioning. So July.
I mean, even the Disneyland Hotel, you're getting an upgrade. Like, sorry.
well, I don't know. Ooh, controversial opinion. I like the Disneyland Hotel. I know it's dusty, but it would be weird though to go to the parks and the Disneyland Hotel would be closed. I guess we gotta get used to it if they're ever gonna do that refurb. But
Yeah.
I guess it's going to be sad that I can't just nip into Cafe Fantasia and have like a nice midday drink.
I
Yeah.
know, yeah. And where's Richie gonna poop?
It is a good place to poop. Like,
It's nice
like those
toilets.
toilets are nice.
Right. 20 minutes in, we're already talking about that. So, God. So Newport Bay Club will be the first hotel to reopen, but not far behind is Hotel Cheyenne on July 20th. So that's like the following week.
I was kind of I was surprised and not surprised at how quickly they were like, we need to get the Santa Fe open, just because they
but anyone
have to
who's
give it away.
booked, if you've booked at Santa Fe after July 20th, sorry, you're going to be upgraded to Cheyenne.
What a shame.
You're not getting any
that
Newport Bay
upgrade-
Club love.
Yeah, that upgrade period doesn't really last very long.
No,
I
it's
thought
a
it would
5
last-
day. Yeah, it's a 5 day.
It's
But
much
I know someone who booked Cheyenne, and his name is Elliot, I think. So yeah, he'll get to go to Newport, I guess. So then on August 3rd, Santa Fe is opening. So then this is where like all the suite upgrades really go down the drain. But so Sequoia is just not on the list of hotels reopening, which is interesting.
Nor is David Crockett.
Nor is David Crockett. But I mean, we care a bit less about David Crockett. No.
David Crockett is kind of. I got to go there to have like the buffet one time. David Crockett's kind of really cool. I would love to actually just stay there and just like chill out and not even really go to the parks.
But that's because you have a car, though. Like, it's hard if you don't have a car.
Yeah.
And when
No.
you think about it as well with David Crockett, right? It's the easiest one to do social distancing because every single room is like meters apart.
True. Or Cheyenne is not bad either because all the little buildings, so everything is quite separate.
Yeah.
Like, there's no.
Are they-
there's not enough, lot
Are
of
they going to
walking
fill
around.
every room up? Or are they going to have like every second room like a booking? I don't know how that's going to work.
I don't think they're going to fill every room, but I don't know.
Well, if they have all the bookings, they'll fill every room because, like, it's fine because every single room is its own thing. And housekeeping, am I right in thinking this? I think I read this right. Housekeeping will only come in to clean your room if you request it. Otherwise,
Yeah.
once you're in, and that's it. They're not going to come.
I didn't know that.
Wow. Well, that won't change a lot from sometimes they don't come at all anyway.
But I think at least initially that's like a good thing.
Is
Because...
should we just rename this like Disneyland Paris the Shade Cast? It's just like throwing shade all the time.
No, but like I don't know, like
I love it. So
I
good.
feel like there are a lot like gossiping in the hallway, but not a lot cleaning the rooms.
Dig up, Ben. Dig up.
We haven't mentioned that Disneyland Hotel has a date in September.
It does, September 7, which is
And we know that Sequoia Lodge and Davy Crockett is after that.
well, probably, yeah.
Well,
Unless...
no, they said it. It says it will follow later.
Ah, okay, all right. Well, yeah, it's an interesting choice to not open Sequoia. I don't know. I guess Sequoia is very similar to Newport in terms of like standard. So it doesn't really make sense to have two that are in the same category.
I think also like if you want to do a little bit of refurb in these hotels, then it's the great time because they're closed. Like just do it.
Yeah.
And we know they want to replace they want to do some facade replacement or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. Now's a good time to begin. Like,
well, they started doing the external facades and stuff. Maybe that is why. Maybe they're just gonna work on the main building facade until the fall and just be faster than they planned. Because they were gonna like only working during the day or whatnot to redo the facade, the wood. So now maybe they can do it day and night. Or I mean, it's France, so probably still the day.
And not weekends.
No. That's really how it
and
is.
they'll take July off. July and August is off.
Ding,
anyway,
ding.
So.
The gloves are off, Ben. Ben's turning it on today.
Right. Let's talk about name tags.
Oh, they're cute.
They're
like
pretty.
like that.
Well done. Oh, God, thank God. Because the last ones were really, really shit.
I like the
Which
old
is surprising because the old ones have only been here for a few weeks. Like, they've not been here long.
Yeah, but you know what else it is? It's also because they bought 26 million of the silver ones for the 25th anniversary. I'm just making up this number, obviously. And they're trying to get rid of it. So if you just edit 16,000 new ones at a time, then hopefully the stock will go down faster.
That's
I
not
mean,
my
they're nice.
that's not my saying to my friend the other day. I was like, Disneyland Paris and it's money. Sometimes no, we're really broke at the minute, and then another time we're like, oh wow, here's new badges again.
I mean, it's like
okay.
you can't have a first visit button, sorry, but cast members can have a new name tag every 6 months.
And we'll make this shiny like online portal so that cast members can make their own to share on social media. Like,
Well, that was a really good idea. That was really nice. I really
it was
like
really
that.
nice.
It's really
It's
well
really nice.
done, and you can put your
Doesn't
name.
make-
Really
Doesn't
clever
make a ton
idea.
of sense. But
No, but it's a great way for cast members to spread the news of the reopening instead of just putting the photo, of Mickey in front of the castle. That's like a good option for them to just. And I saw tons of them to put that on social media.
No, I think it's a good idea too. I think it's like, and it's nice because it's like it kind of brings the pride back to the cast members who are getting ready to go back to work, and I like it.
Yeah. And there's no magic without you is also the theme of the whole TV campaign as well. So when they say there's no magic without the cast, there's also no magic without the guests because we're going to be included in that apparently.
Cash.
So it's good.
Cash,
You're
cash,
like
cash.
Patrick. I remember telling you the slogan like a few weeks ago, and you liked it, right?
No, I love it. I think it's actually like it hits you right in the feels, and I feel like because we haven't had Disneyland Paris in so long. I know like cutesy fairy tale magic advertising campaigns have been done like to death like with Disneyland Paris, but I feel like if there's ever a time we wanted one that's going to make us like feel the magic again, it's kind of now because we've been missing it so much. So I like it. I think it's good.
And we saw it on the site, and Jonah, the Disneyland Paris ambassador, also posted a photo of his shiny new one. And they look great. They look great in person. I thought they were white, but they're actually the same gray as the previous ones. But with the gold and everything, it works much better than that weird circle thing, whatever was happening before.
I think it's really cool.
Yeah. It's good because it's just classy and simple, and sometimes that's what works the best. Like don't try. The Mickey Mini ones were cute. Remember when they had Mickey 90 and all that?
Yeah,
I kind of got over that design super quickly.
I
Yeah.
was like, oh, and we're done.
But I feel
I
like
know.
the gold and the blue and the silver, it's like something that they can use for a long time, and it's not gonna look weird at like Christmas and Halloween and all those. It's just gonna be nice.
Yeah, looks real pro.
Pro,
Like,
yeah. Um, so we thought we'd have no shows. We do have shows. Rhythms of the Pride Lands will be coming back
The
this
best one.
summer.
I love
And
that
it's
one.
funny because apparently no one has been told that the shows were coming back, but eventually it's going to happen somehow. So
I mean, nobody was told that the hotels are reopening at different times. So, like,
well, we knew, but yeah. So Rhythms of the
No,
Pride
nobody told them
Lands,
that
the show you didn't order, but that you're going to get anyway at the Frontier Theater.
yes, I've dished a shade on that because I can get on board with that. I feel like it's cool and whatever, but it's like I don't know. It's really just my own personal taste, but like I'm happy that people like it, but it's not the thing I would have been like, yes, give it back to me. You know? But I'm happy people like it, and it is
Yeah.
really. It's like it's a well-produced show, but it's just.
I
not
think
really-
artistically, it's really nice. The singing is
Yeah.
really good, and everyone loves The Lion King. And also,
Yeah.
after I just wish that when they redid this theater, because I'm old, they would have put some back, some like proper seats. Because like the last few times I saw the show, after a long day in the park, you sit in the air conditioning, and like when I woke up from my nap, when everyone clapped at the end, I was like, my neck was all like sideways because it's really hard to fall asleep on those benches. So there was shade in there in case you didn't notice.
Showing your age. You're showing your age now, Ben.
I know, right?
Yep.
But no, it's a fun show, and I think it's a guest favorite. And let's be honest, like in Disneyland Park, what else are they going to have for shows that is indoors? It is the only show that has been running at Disneyland Park that's indoors for the past year. So,
Yeah.
so there was really no other option. Another one
yes,
that
there's
is
always another option.
another
Minnie's
one.
Pirate Academy. Like, come on. Like, the greatest show of all time.
I mean, bring back Forest of Enchantment. Come on,
Oh yes.
Best show.
That was
Pirate
fun.
Oh yes.
that would have
But
been
then I suppose
the
reason-
surprise.
Yeah, but I suppose the reason why they're bringing back Lion King and stuff is because then they can't, like, anyone that's like, but I booked to come and see Lion King. They can't. At least they're like saying, well, you're getting it, just not as much as last year. So
Yeah.
I suppose so that they're not like technically lying to people.
And also, it's a show that ran not long ago, and they had like two casts of it. And if they're gonna run it less, maybe they can just assemble like one full cast quicker or something like that. I'm sure they've been in touch with all the artists that were there last summer. It wasn't that long ago, and they can just bring it back. I mean, to be honest, the set probably hasn't moved because nothing has happened. So someone just is going to just come in and vacuum a little bit and turn on the lights, and here we go. Good to go. And also
Well,
probably
hopefully
block
they'll be
off.
clean,
Probably block off like 1 and 2 benches in there or something like that. It's going to be interesting how they're going to social distance those long benches. They're going to have to put tape on them and stuff.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the answer is in Hong Kong for that, because they have done exactly this on a theater that's exactly the same with benches. So what they've done is, much like in queue lines, I'm sure we'll come on to this later, they have put stickers where you can't sit with big signs saying no seating here.
I can't wait to see all the people sitting there. And I can't wait to be, the way we're looking at this so like much and whatever, I can't wait to, I know 100% that's just who I am. I know at one point I'm going to be sitting there or like standing somewhere, I'm like, oh crap, I'm not meant to be standing here. And it'll be like, the way we're like giving out about all the other people that won't do it, and then I'll probably be the first person that'll like, oh, where am I meant to stand? Oh, I don't know. I'm just tragic. Sorry.
Right.
Sorry.
Another moving on.
That's really great for Patrick.
Yeah.
Moving on, another show that is coming back, and that was actually the real surprise of the day, because Lion King, it was kind of like, oh yeah, cool. But another show that is coming back is the Jungle Book Stunt. I'm sorry, the Jungle Book Jive, and it's gonna come back at a new location that's gonna be full of action and in a new format.
Sorry to France.
So even maybe a new park. So
I can't wait for this. This is gonna be bonkers.
And,
Are they
yeah.
keeping the fireworks? So that's
mean-
the question.
Oh God, maybe. Yeah, actually, I don't see why they wouldn't.
Remember last year when we thought watching a recorded, not live version of a show in a different park was like the weirdest thing that the Disneyland Paris could come up with? Well, have they got news for you? They just love to keep surprising us. I'm like, their creativity knows no bounds. So
India now looks like the French Riviera.
sure, why
Well, they're
not?
gonna cover that stuff up. Come on, they have like a month.
No, Ben, but like,
They're gonna
that's
gather
the
up.
idea.
They're gonna gather up all the plants in the hotel lobbies and put them in the back.
But let's be
Perfect.
real. I kind of don't want to see it if they don't just have the whole backdrop standing there and then like just dancing on this like really badly really like dark tarmac.
We don't even
Like,
know. We don't even know, guys. This is not confirmed. We don't even know this is what's gonna happen. Maybe it'll be at Hyperion. This is me backtracking.
I would
Don't-
like,
so don't
be,
quote
like,
me.
in that little stunt car that comes out like at the building. It's like, guys, I found some new friends.
And Minnie and Mickey come out in those water jetpacks that were like cancelled after like 2 months. I would love it if they came out in the jetpacks. I'm like, yes, this is what I came for.
Oh boy.
I mean, if we're gonna go crazy, let's go all out crazy.
Yeah,
Like, I would be so here for them just to go. Do you know what? Let's make it work.
Yeah, just lean into it. Just lean fully.
Well,
into
we
it.
don't know.
Just go
Maybe
for it.
maybe it is what we've been waiting for. Maybe we just don't know yet, but we're gonna love it. So let's give them a chance. Let's see. So that's gonna happen. But if you thought that you could go to Studio Theater to see the Lion King show, well, no, because actually there's something. I'm actually genuinely excited about this. They're doing meet and greets, social distance meet and greets in Studio Theater and Animation Celebration. So guests will get
Yes.
to walk into Animation Celebration, a Frozen. What was it again? Musical invitation.
Frozen sing along. I don't know.
Musical
Frozen-
invitation.
celebration.
Frozen
Musical
the-
celebration.
And basically use the sets and the cast to take photos with them in the background. So
Can I
it's
take
something
a picture with Sven?
I'm sure, yeah, and I hope Sven will be awake and not just like there.
Eyes glazed over, like
Glazed
you know,
over.
Like the
When-
creepy
like
one in
when-
California,
like-
just staring at you.
Yeah.
when
No,
you,
I
like-
think Sven has
Stan.
to Stan
Yeah, you know my favorite Disney character, Stan.
from Frozen.
He's in Frozen, yeah. He's
Sven couldn't be bothered, so Stan's here today.
Yeah. Hi, Stan.
Hey,
Your eyes are glazed over today, I see. Great.
Disneyland Paris needs to make budget cuts, so you never know. Maybe they just switch Sven for Stan because it's cheaper. So
Sven had too high a salary demand. He didn't want to come off Chômage partiel.
well, I don't blame him. I mean, come on. He's on like flexible time. He doesn't want to switch locations.
Sven's
So
become a bit of a diva.
he needs his schedule 2 weeks in advance.
I feel,
So
like, I feel like this is the funniest, like, shadiest episode of the podcast I've ever been held.
okay, so that's done. Let me just check my list. And then at Studio Theater, guests will get to take selfies with the Marvel superheroes. And what is fun there is that we're going to get to climb on stage. And so that's really cool. Because who doesn't want to be...
Well, we're going to take the stairs. We're not going to climb.
Do we get to take pictures with that flying car? Because that's what I want to take a picture with.
No,
That
because
oxygen
the
cylinder.
car has flown for all of
Is it
3
live?
days combined over 2 seasons, so I doubt that they will make
I
it
love-
5 for this.
I really love the idea of, like, 7 Avengers on stage, and Kat's like, no, I just want a picture with the car. That's okay. And, like, all the Avengers be really disappointed that they're not getting a
Like,
picture.
no, give me the car.
No, but maybe if you're lucky, that flying drone will fall on your head as a bonus.
Yes.
And you can take a selfie as the drone falls on you.
You just get like a boomerang, and it's like as it's hitting you in the head.
And to destabilize everyone, the second you're about to take your photo, all the speakers will blast "Inner Worlds," and then you'll be completely like looking weird on your photo. No, anyway. So I think that's a really cool idea. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they'll be like, they have some kind of scaffolding at the back of the set for some of the scenes. So maybe the heroes will be up there, or maybe it'll just make some kind of stage for them. I don't know. Obviously, they have to be 2 meters apart, or as Friends says it, 1 meter apart. I don't know. So yeah.
I hope this works, and I hope it's a success because I feel like I said last week or the last episode, I feel like it would be a really cool, effective way to give people characters, but like quick, hard, and fast. Okay, in and out, in and out, in and out. Like, do you know what I mean? I feel like it would go some way to kind of solving Disneyland Paris' problem with characters. So I hope it works.
It's a big trick here with face characters because Mickey will also be open for distant selfies, which in that tiny room will be interesting. Sure. But maybe he'll be on stage actually because that's what was in the safety measure plans that we haven't seen. I think it was like the stage when you enter, and it has the cartoons.
Yeah, no, yeah, because in the morning I was there once, like first guest in the morning, whatever, and Mickey came out on stage and was like waving at us, and it was like, "Come in," and then we went in to meet him. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I don't like rope drop meet Mickey every day I go to Disneyland Paris, but that morning I was like one of the first guests in, and he came out on stage and was waving at everyone. He was like, "Come on in," and then he went behind the curtain, and then we were brought up the stairs into the room.
Oh, interesting.
Cute.
Yeah. So it looks like Jeff. I don't know. You also haven't seen the plans. So is that the stage that was on it?
Yeah, I didn't see that at all. If I did see that,
it is right. Yeah. You don't remember?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'd have to check.
But also the Mickey and the Magician stages in the plans that we didn't see.
Yeah, which is weird because it's not on the list. Maybe they canceled it. Maybe they've canceled that.
Maybe it'll come later. I don't know.
Oh, Elliot, hello. Everyone can just drop in on the show these days.
Hi.
Elliot, are you done watching the Apple thing?
Yeah.
Anything good? Just like in a nutshell?
Fashionably late. Oh, girl, the whole thing was like amazing. Like,
Okay.
I'm drooling.
All right.
Okay, you probably should get a tissue or something.
Not literally.
Elliot works for Apple, but doesn't speak for the brand of the company.
What have I missed?
You've missed. Well, you'll have to just listen because
Yeah,
we've already covered
you should
Cars Route
definitely
66 and Jungle Book Stunt and all this stuff. So,
What about Jungle Book
Just
Drive?
sorry,
being
Jungle
very
Book Drive.
modest.
Did you say
Being
about
very
the,
modest. We're on great form. Like, this is great today.
So right now we're talking about Mickey and how it's actually, I feel like it's easier for fur characters to do those social distance meets because I feel like maybe they can be a little bit closer because really it's kind of
Well,
like,
they can also sort of
I mean, they're wearing a face
bigger
covering,
in
aren't
their
they?
Animations, so they're not like, they can be really big. Whereas with like obviously face characters can't do huge gestures. So obviously, if you're doing a fur, you can kind of bring it a bit more to life, and it might feel a bit less awkward.
I feel like I kind of feel for like Anna and Elsa who are just going to be like gesticulating in the background for hours. Like people come in and they're just going to be like, "Hey, we're so excited to see you," and then they're just going to be like, "Arr," and just wave in the back.
Shouting through the masks. No.
Well, no, but Anna and Elsa are not going to wear a mask.
I know, but the guests
but we
talk to Anna and Elsa. Yeah.
Wait, this means CLP will be having a Anna and Elsa meet and greet again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Well,
I mean,
Kind of.
from like 3
And
meters away
Crystal.
and stuff.
I want my selfie with Sven. Like,
Me too.
Yeah,
take
definitely.
away
Yeah.
Crystal.
Cute.
and go on
Sven
to
has
the
a new
stage.
name now, Elliot. Sven has a new
Well,
name.
he doesn't have a new name. Sven's on strike.
Be replaced by Stan.
Stan.
Who?
Sven wasn't happy with the new arrangements, so Stan's here now.
It's Stan from accounting. That's where they get all the best people.
Oh wait.
For
Well,
Sven,
please don't tell
for
me-
presidents,
please
get
don't-
everyone from accounting.
Please don't tell me one of the things they stand like a release.
No, Ben did though.
It was just
I
an
accept
error.
better from you.
It was just an error. So it'll be fun. I'm excited for this. I'm actually excited to get on the studio theater stage. I'm such a nerd.
Yeah, that's kind of my big excitement too. I'm quite happy for that.
Yeah. And something that they haven't talked. Can we talk about that? I mean, let's talk about it. There's going to be a welcome kiss and a goodnight kiss.
Yay!
Aw.
So that'll be
Oh,
really
yes.
sweet. So when guests come into Main Street, they will, which is kind of like the weird way because in Paris they can't face like the pre-courtyard where like between Main Street Station and Disneyland Hotel because those balconies are too small. But they'll be facing Town Square, so you'll be going under Town Square, and then you turn around and you'll see Mickey and the gang saying hello to you and have a nice day. And then when you
I
leave,
hope they move people on because that's going to be an
Yeah.
absolute nightmare.
yeah. Well, but it's
Um,
also quite wide. I mean, like you have like all of Town Square. Maybe they'll spread them out across the entirety of Main Street Station. Like instead of being just in the middle, maybe like Mickey and Minnie will be in the middle, and then you'll have like Donald and Daisy on the right side, and like Goofy and Pluto on the left side, or something like that. And then they're all like meters apart. Just a guess. Because that way people will like sort of like shuffle from left to right, and they won't stay in the middle. And just like all crowd, and also people coming to the park at different times. You have extra magic hours, and people will come at 8, and then at 10 o'clock there'll be more people, but they really open the doors at 9:30. So I feel like it's sort of there'll be like some shuffle. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
And at night they'll be saying goodnight, and so you may remember that from the 25th anniversary.
20.
It was so good. It was cute. I'm sad that it
Yeah,
ever went away.
Yeah, that was the thing that I was saying that like I hope things like that will like inspire Disneyland Paris like in the morning time. Like I really don't get why they can't like have like Mickey and Minnie in a like, Main Street vehicle that come down like on the street like in normal time, not like COVID times, but like come down the street and wave at you like a 9:30 and a 10:30 just to be like welcome to Disneyland Paris, have a great day, see you later. Like do you know what I mean? I feel like things like that are like they add so much value because like you're out of passing through the gate and like you obviously have the beauty of whatever, but like if you have that little kind of pop of like live kind of magic, that would be like it would kind of like okay, yeah, I'm out of spending all this money to get here, but it's like actually pretty worth it because I'm out of seeing Mickey and Minnie. Whatever. I think it would be a really cool idea.
And they kind of like do it in at Christmas for the Advent calendar because the characters get on the trolley in Town Square and they go all the way up. I mean, they just travel, but they could do something like that. Clearly, they can get the cast up at this hour. It's not like impossible. So yeah, it'll be nice to have that the whole time. And also, I mean, one of the big news as well is that finally we are not getting Disney Illuminations. And
Or Stars on Parade.
well, that's more sad. Come on.
That's sad.
We like Stars on Parade.
But,
Like
yeah,
fun.
but it's all part of the same piece of news. Like, that's it. They're
Right.
not coming.
Right, but we are happy that there's no Disney animations because, although, what are we going to talk about on this show?
Right?
The memories.
We've got mileage. We've
The
got mileage.
memories. Are they hoping that, like, when it comes? Oh, what is it? Something else when it comes back? That would be interesting.
Dreams.
Well,
Could you imagine?
Can you imagine like a new show like that just like pop one out and I'm like, oh, man.
and we do have Cars Route 66 to talk about for however long it's here for. So,
Yeah, God.
fine.
Probably another like
Forever.
15 years, yeah.
Well, no, well, maybe. Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things that's supposed to go away when the construction is done, and then it
Yeah.
would just stay.
How many times have we been told that Indiana Jones? Sorry. So
Oh, yeah.
Well,
that's
Indiana
been here,
Jones
what,
was a big
27 years now?
success. It was a big success, so it's always.
oh Ben, oh please. Stop towing the company line on that one. Thank you. Oh,
It was a
please.
big success.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can't even believe it yourself, and you're like, okay, right, whatever. Sorry. No. Like, no. It's a big success. Why? Because people in Europe like roller coasters. You could literally put a magic mouse, and people were like, "Oh, let's go now." So, like, seriously, like, it's fine. Like, it's not any. It's basically a success because they needed cheap capacity and added the cheap, like a thrill ride that Europeans like. And the original idea was to make something a lot better, but instead of doing the thing that was a lot better, they're like, meh, we'll just pass this off as a great success, and banality ensues.
Wow. Well,
There you go.
That is
That's-
very accurate.
that's Indiana Jones for you, summarized by Patrick. Thank you.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
So they also released like all those cute little graphics, and so of all the fun things you can still look forward to if you're visiting. You can take selfies with Mickey and friends. you can have a few thrills and chills, meaning like all the attractions will be open. Obviously, things are going to change, meaning, you know, not all the seats will be available. And we saw a photo of Indiana Jones, actually, and they had only 8 people per train instead of 16.
What a success.
Which is obviously
basically.
which is obviously going to affect capacity and wait times, but also the park will be at lower capacity, so we'll never get really that crowded.
And
So.
also, Indiana Jones goes down to 5 minutes a lot of parts of the day because people don't know how to find it.
And everyone in that area will be in the queue for the Lion King show, which will, with social distance, is going to run from the Frontierland Theater to, you know, Casey's Corner.
Probably.
The biggest problem is going to be Star Tours, because that's a really difficult ride for cast members to fill at the best of times. Now they have to start factoring in a meter. Ooh.
But I feel like they're gonna have the same rules all over the world, because we have like 16 versions of this one. I feel like you know, Disney World and Disneyland and all those guys have already got figured out, and like Hong Kong has reopened with a similar ride system for Iron Man, and so I'm sure they've already tested it over there. I don't know.
Yeah, wouldn't the solution in Paris be to open all 6 theaters and not just do it on like 4?
You're funny.
Did they announce single rider lines
They're
in
not.
Paris that they're not doing it?
Not. No.
Yeah. Okay.
So the rest of the things you can enjoy are just kind of like more abstract. Just warning you. Enjoy the perfect getaway with your kids. Okay. Visit areas inspired by Europe, Africa, Asia, the USA, and more in one day. Are they saying that you can go to Disneyland Paris because you can't travel anywhere else in the world?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Is
Sure.
that why Americans go to Epcot?
I mean, we believe in magic, but come on. It's not the same. Anyway.
You'll be quarantined everywhere else, so come here.
Yeah.
Come to America, get coronavirus. It's great.
You can stroll through one of the most beautiful gardens in Europe. It's true, but I mean, you know, it is really what we're saying. We're most excited for is just walking around the alleys of the parks, right?
What's the? I was literally thinking. I was like, are they talking about like the central hub? Like, I was like,
No.
Well, there's Fantasia Gardens
Fantasia.
and like
They're quite proud.
Fantasyland and
Yeah, so they're proud about the fact that they have like a lot of plants, like more than anywhere else in Europe.
And I mean, you have
not like in one place, like Kew Gardens. You're like, oh my gosh, look at all the flowers. We're in a flower room. Of course, there's lots of flowers. Like they're saying, hey, we've got flowers everywhere, so we're a big garden.
You can enjoy a relaxing time in a Disney Village gardens with some beautiful washed out facades and and concrete pots. Anyway.
I mean, let's face it. Like calling Disneyland Paris a garden is a little bit far fetched.
well, I think maybe that's a thing that I feel like Europeans, like maybe continental Europeans, would be like, oh, gardens, great, let's go and see it. Like, whereas I don't think I've ever went to Disney Park. I was like, yeah, I really want to go and see a garden here. I'm like, get me on the nearest ride or get me into the nearest meet and greet with Mickey. But like that's
There's like Ash living in Versailles, like oh, I need to go to a garden. I could go to Versailles, but no, wait, there is another
Disney.
place.
But I mean, you know, we have to give it up to the landscaping teams. They do a great job.
no.
They do it.
I'm-
Whatever
no,
they do, you know, in Fantasyland, they make all those things like in shape of, you know, it's a small world patterns and Disney characters, and all the flowers are just like really fresh and super nice.
I just think it's marketing, trying to market it as something that's not really technically. I'm not taking anything away from the fantastic work that like the horticulturists and all that do at Disneyland Paris, but it's just like it's a bit.
No, but I
Okay.
mean, clearly, you know, this list of things to enjoy was basically, I feel like, a bunch of people go around the conference room and they were like, come up with ideas or you're fired. And then that's all they could come up with.
Well, I think also they were obsessed with. I think there's 10 things on the list of things to do, and I think like they started off by going, well,
There's
you know, we've
8.
got some new experiences. We've got 4. Oh no, we've got 6 to go. Put something about gardens. Yeah, great idea.
So the next one actually can be a segue into where we need to talk next. It's enjoy one-of-a-kind Disney restaurants and shops. Oh, they're one-of-a-kind, all right. So
I loved like the full explanation of this. Where it's like people think that it's so great that they actually call it entertainment. It's like nobody calls it that. Like it is a necessity in Paris. Like it's
Yeah.
you don't go and eat because you
I
really
hate
can't
it
wait.
when they say that. Oh.
Entertainment. Yeah.
Have you?
Right.
Has anyone ever seen the film? Has anyone ever seen the film Misery? Because that's pretty much what the program is.
Ooh.
So it's
I
like,
need to find out I'm gonna remind myself the exact way they phrase it because it's just wonderful. Like it is.
So
Keep talking.
Yep. So, restaurants are going to change. Buffet restaurants are going to become all-you-can-eat table service. Patrick, over to you.
yes, I'm actually
You're an
actively
expert
seeking a
of all-you-can-eat restaurants, and so what do you think about this?
I'm actively seeking a reservation. As soon as I saw this earlier, I called the reservation line and it was closed.
Well, soon the app will let you book it online, so just wait till they activate on the app.
I'm like, I need to get in there. I need to see what it looks like. I want to see what this, I feel like all you care to enjoy family style platters. And when they see it's for one person, they're going to be like, oh, he's so sad. And then when I'm looking for my third platter, they're going to start reconsidering it as like a solid business model. So yeah,
You're gonna make them
well,
change the
what I'm-
business model.
I
What I'm
feel
most-
like it would be cool. I feel like it would be. I feel like I know. Obviously, Disneyland Paris probably doesn't want to keep this around for so long, but I feel like it would. Do you know the way incessantly every 18 months it's like, oh, and it got €2 more expensive. Oh, and it got €2 more expensive. Like if they find ways to add extra value, it would be like, and that's, I don't know how it works, but I'm really keen to see how it does work. At the best of times, I know, like I think it was Elliot said last week. At the best of times, the staff are like so put out trying to clean tables. It would be interesting to see how it works.
Right,
But yeah,
that was my one comment. Is like sometimes you ask for another Diet Coke and it takes 45 minutes to come, and apparently that's because they also have to clean the plates. And so a lot of people use lots of plates, and so they're busy cleaning the plates, and that's why the drinks take forever to come. And so could this be a turning point for those restaurants? Could this be like a new formula that actually works really well for the cast and for the guest, where you can like have like, 8 different type of plates you can choose from, and you can get as many of those plates as you want? We have like,
there
the
is another
chicken
consideration.
fries platter or the this and that platter, and they just bring you a plate, and then you just order some more.
There's something you haven't considered here, Ben. This is Disneyland Paris, and it's not going to work. It's just there's just going to be somewhere where you'll be like, I've been waiting an hour for some chicken nuggets. Come on.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But let's see. But it is interesting because buffet restaurants at Disneyland Paris, like they're kind of a mess. Like if you go to Plaza Gardens, even with the reservation, you have to wait. Like a half an hour is like quick with a reservation to get in there. And even once you've like got in and paid, you still have to wait for a table, and it's just like, so I don't know. Maybe that could be forcing some change for those type of restaurants. I don't know. Let's see.
Capacity will be lower, I suppose, as well.
Patrick will be at Plaza Gardens on July 15, right? So
Yeah, I'm like, I genuinely want to see how it works. It's like the one thing that I'm really curious to see how it would work.
well,
Like,
before
Yeah.
I
think
can you book
like-
for AP previews? No, I don't know. We don't even know what those days are.
I was thinking even if I got to an AP preview, I might just like rope drop Plaza Gardens and see what that happens. Like
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting. So no AP cast previews days have been announced, but I'm sure that's coming sometime later this week.
But none of the things, that's the thing, none of the other resorts did them.
What
they
Disney World are doing them.
Yeah.
True.
And didn't I know I've seen, and I don't know if this means that they've done it, but I have seen pictures of like Hong Kong, like cast members like lining up outside, and like before they opened, they were all lined up,
Yeah.
whatever. And they weren't wearing their like cast uniforms, so I assumed it was just like they were doing a trial run. I don't know if they marketed it as like a cast preview, but it looked like they were doing like trial runs.
And the thing also, I feel like they want to get rid of all the AP holders who are way too excited. So just like get them in, and then you can have a nice opening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a way.
AP
It's a way to
were-
like disengorge like all those people who are super excited to go, and with good reason, because we've been deprived for 4 months. But if you just give them a preview day, then they might not crowd the 15 and the week of the 15. So might be good. Don't know.
They still will.
They still will.
They
Yes,
still
of
will.
course. Will.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben,
Uh,
do you not know, like, AP holders, we are trash, and we just kind
We are all horrible
It's like
people.
Yeah,
to
but
be-
people have gone back to work now, like in France. A lot of people are back in the office or back to work,
And
and
when has that ever stopped me from being like, well, I'll just say I'm at the dentist and I'll go into Disneyland Paris. I'm like that,
I
we're
hope none of
trash.
your bosses are listening to the show.
They're like, oh, that's the dentist appointment.
No, it was like, I think it was like it was for the finale of the first season of Pirates and Princesses. So I was like, "Can I
They're
go to the
probably like,
dentist?"
they're probably like, Patrick always comes back from the dentist with a new Disney sweater. Uh,
I actually wore a Disney sweater to work today. I felt great.
oh, good.
All right.
The last thing apart from Pride Lands that we've already discussed that's on that list is relax at a Disney hotel. And when they say a Disney hotel, they really
The
mean
singular one. That's
that one hotel. But the pool's going to be closed, so it's really like, do you like to just relax in your room because there's nothing else to do there? Sure.
You
like
have a
to kind
bedroom,
of
and when you
swing-
turn on the TV, like Sophie will be replaced with new safety videos. So
Yeah, do you really like those like really springy box mattresses that aren't really that comfortable, but like, you just kind of make do, and you're like, I've had such a long day, I just really need to lie down, and then you're like, oh, it's like a massage because 7 springs are in my spine.
The beds are nice and you put a big club, no?
I don't know, maybe it's because I'm fat,
Newport's good.
but like for fat people, like really springy beds, it's not ideal.
Clearly
It's
you
not-
have not. Don't go to High Park because I mean those mattresses are about like 10 centimeters.
Yikes.
So when it opens, there's obviously going to be health and safety measures. We've talked about them for other parks, so I feel like we've discussed that already quite a lot. But there's going to be enhanced cleaning measures, which means that they'll clean the toilets and common areas and everywhere more often.
High touch contact surfaces.
There you go.
I asked about face masks for people who had breathing difficulties, and the response I got back was, "Don't know yet. We'll have to find out."
Right. I mean,
So,
sure.
but
Yeah.
that's going to be the case, I think, for everything, right? It's going to take a few days to really figure all these things out. Like
Yeah.
the
And I
answers
feel
aren't
like-
all here now.
I feel
I
like
don't-
with like a surgical mask, you really have to have I mean, I don't want to judge anyone's medical condition, but like,
Yeah,
it
like-
really takes a big medical condition for you not to be able to breathe through a mask, and like you probably shouldn't be riding any attractions if you have breathing difficulties anyway. But yeah, I don't know.
I'm not really sure, but this is just me, and I don't like everyone is allowed to make their own choice, but I'm not really sure if either myself or someone in my party did have like very serious breathing difficulties and they wouldn't be able to wear a mask. I'm not sure I'd want to bring them to Disneyland Paris anyway. And I'm not saying they shouldn't go.
Sure.
Just saying that
Sure.
like, I don't think I'd want them like to run the risk.
Yeah, but I think also Disneyland Paris should find this answer out, because there'll be people who can't breathe in the mask and things like that, and they kind of need to know to reschedule their holiday.
Yeah, but I mean, it's definitely going to be a question, and it's definitely going to happen. I think a lot of people are going to be asking about these measures or trying to find ways around them because of medical reasons, and that's fair. But it's definitely going to be a thing. So, like you said, Jeff, if you have a medical condition, maybe you should wait a little bit to go to the parks. But so face coverings mandatory for guests and cast members. So for guests, it is from 11 years old, so kids don't have to wear them.
And you can take them off to eat, obviously.
Yeah, and you can make a little hole in the front to smoke. No, I'm just kidding. There's going to be
Please
more
don't
than...
do that.
No, please don't. Well, that is a valid question that someone was asking me this afternoon. It's like, so what's up with the smoking areas? Like, are people just going to go there and take their mask off and smoke? And do you have to be social distance when you smoke, or like, should you be smoking? And should we just make the parks non-smoking, like in the US?
Don't they have like areas even in like Hong Kong where it's like, oh, you can come and sit here and take off your mask and just have
Yeah,
a rest?
that is Universal Orlando.
Oh, sorry.
Universal has
Yeah.
a cool, like it's in the old like Sinbad and the Seven Seas, like thing. So the set's still there, but you just sit.
No, do you know
In-
where I saw it? It was in Universal Studios, Japan. They had like an area where it was just rows
okay.
of people sitting there with the thing.
I think in Florida as well. It's called U-Rest or something. And I don't know if Disney's going to do that. We'll have to wait for, I guess, Disney World to reopen to see if they have them. But they haven't really talked about that, so I don't know. Physical distancing in France is 1 meter, so that's what's going to apply there. And I don't know, living in the UK, I feel like 1 meter is just not a lot. But hey,
We're about to find out.
it is the government, recommendation. So that's what Disney's going with. Limited attendance. We were talking about 12,000, but apparently it's going to be 22,000. But maybe somewhere in between.
Is that 12,000 per park?
Well, that would be
You can put 12,000.
Well, 12,000 studios is quite a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's pretty busy.
Yeah, because you can fit 8,000 in Cars Route 66, and then the rest. Configuration of each ride adapted for physical distancing. That just means they're going to close a whole bunch of seats, so that's going to be fun. Well, the good news is like you won't have like that annoying person next to you that's going to ruin your photo pass. You know?
I mean, I can do the dark rides in vehicles by myself, so I'm thrilled right now.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah, I'm just going to say that it's just me, so like I don't have to ride with you guys. I'm kidding.
Thanks.
Well, I'm actually planning to do this. So.
All right.
I'm going to struggle going on these rides on my own. But...
Reduced capacity for restaurants and shops. So, like, I guess that means that in the quick service, that will go from 1 till to only half a till.
I think it's more about seating, no? Like,
yeah,
they want
no,
to make
I'm
sure
joking.
I think there's going to be a table between every party. I think that's what they're going for.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one because usually it's literally the Hunger Games, like at Bella Notte, to find your table. And, like, people get into fights all the time. So that will be interesting to see if and how they manage to... well, like, they're going to remove the chairs, so that's one thing. But I can definitely see some families just, like, you know, squatting next to the table to eat. I don't know.
Well, also don't forget, though, that capacity of the park will be quite a lot lower. So that will help as well.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll have plenty of tills and plenty of, you know, because the more tills you have, the less people you have waiting for each line. So, yeah. And contactless payments are recommended. So that's just self-explanatory. If you want to go, there are different...
It's like a timeshare.
Even after all we've said, if you still want to go... No, you're going to need a reservation if you're an AP holder. So if you have a packaged stay with a hotel and tickets, you're fine. And if you are buying a ticket online that is dated, and it's quite easy to do, like a new ticket, then you're fine.
Or if you already have one, by the way, as well.
Or if you already have one,
ticket,
yes.
If you bought a ticket like back in December for September 19th, you're good.
Right. Yes.
If
they're dated, but if they're not dated, so if you got them from like your company, or if you just bought random tickets that are, you know, not dated, then you're gonna need to do an online registration on a website that is gonna crash early July. So if you're an AP holder,
you know the way Cars Route 66 is like coming down the road on midsummer or whatever. Here's it's going to be like a reservation thing crashing your way.
crashing your way. So if you're an AP holder, you will need to make a reservation on that same site that will also crash early July. So we're not really sure. We're not really sure how many weeks in advance we'll be able to book, or how many days you'll be able to book at once, or, you know, obviously you'll have to enter your AP. You'll have to enter your AP number, and also, like, if you want to go with other AP holders and you have to repeat the thing, and then the day is full, and then I guess your friends can just wait for you at Earl of Sandwich. In the caravan. Did you say the caravan?
That's going to be a bit fun.
So that'll be interesting. But
because obviously we don't have, like the American parks do, where you can create a party in the app. You know, and you can book. So you can go, hey Ben, what's your AP number? Add it in, and then just book for everyone. We don't have that.
No, we don't. So that'll be interesting because, you know, if you, I guess everyone who has an AP should do it individually for the same day and just pray that you'll get the same day. Because, and I'm sure it'll be fine, because I don't expect that many people will book or will come on like packages and dated tickets for like the first few weeks, which is going to be where everyone wants to go. So I think the first few weeks will be a lot of AP holders.
Yeah.
And then once the vacations begin, let the Hunger Games begin.
Yeah.
Well, we'd have already been, so we'd be like, right, see you in September.
But also, Ruben actually says, what about the privilege tickets? Good question.
I don't
Unclear,
have an
because
answer.
there's not going to be any on-site sales of tickets. So
But they are planning on. So they emailed all AP holders today saying that they're planning on updating temporarily the terms and conditions of our passes. I would imagine that privilege tickets might disappear for a few months.
yeah, possibly. Well, they better come back because I need them for New Year's.
So does that mean like in theory, in all legality and whatever? Do you know the way when like people modify their terms and conditions? Does that give people a reason to like just cancel them?
don't know.
No, because one of the terms and conditions is that they can change the terms and conditions.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting. Like, terms and condition number 1, we can change the terms and conditions.
Well, so I think the actual way they phrase it is something like, all of our benefits can be modified at any time, something like that.
Yeah.
So that will be what they play on.
Yeah. Well, so that's about it, really. I mean, it will be an interesting time. There's obviously going to be a lot of physical changes to enter security, to enter the parks. There's going to be a lot of green barriers.
There's a question about Kara tickets just appeared in the chat. My understanding is that they're still happening. Like, that'll be fine.
What is the question?
About Kara tickets. So.
Yeah. I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll definitely maintain that because that's quite important.
Yeah, they were saying that they're going to detail how that's going to work in a few days. So, I think it's definitely fine, but you might just need to keep an eye on the Disneyland Paris website for details of how it will actually work.
Yeah, I think a lot of the details. Obviously, today is the big announcement, and that's how they've been doing it in other parks. Is that one day you have the big announcement with the dates and all sort of like the ground rules, and over the next few days, each department, like AP department, will be communicating on exactly how many days we're going to get on top of it, and also if the reservation period will be counted as a valid in our AP, or if our APs will start after the end of the reservation period. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Shanghai extended. Walt Disney World sort of went for, we'll give you an extra month on top of what we're already giving you.
Yeah. So I feel like Paris might do the same, and then we'll all end up with about 5 months extra on our AP, which is nice.
Kind of brings us nearly back to brings me personally to Avengers Campus. So yeah.
Same for me actually. Yeah, same. Yeah. So
it takes me almost to Christmas next year. I'll have one of the last of these weird passes. Because my passes actually started on the 1st of March.
Oh wow.
Oh god.
So whilst you guys are all on your new passes, loving life, I'm still going to be the guy going, well, no, because it is still valid actually because of coronavirus. Remember that? Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're at wave 3 of that now. We're like wave 3.
Well, I was gonna say I certainly hope coronavirus is like a long forgotten event by then. But let's see. A few other bits of news. They're rolling out, and this is kind of a lull because they tried it out last year for the festival of the Lion King Jungle Festival, the magic shots on a photo pass. So, so I guess they're coming. No one's excited about that. Great. And also, there won't be any fast pass or single rider options. I don't know why there's no fast pass. Is it the whole handling the paper, or what is the?
I just think it's for capacity.
Well, yes, and also a lot of the fast pass queues merge into the regular queues, and they just don't want that.
I guess. Fine.
Well, don't all rides run quicker when no fast pass is offered anyway?
Yeah, that's kind of true, actually.
So it's probably just easier just to in my opinion, if we had a place like an online system that was capable of doing that like this, it's either all online or all just regular standby. All either online fast passes or just regular standby is probably the best way to go.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm kind of like, and yeah, I kind of think that either eventually they should go either 100% no fast pass, which would never happen, or 100% reservation system where everyone has to book every ride they want to do. And I think that would be such great management, like, you know, you to have like only fast pass. And I thought Disney World was going to go that way. I thought Disney World was going to be like, well, if you want to ride anything, you have to get a reservation through My Magic Plus, and that's the only way to get on the attractions.
I mean,
But they
cool,
went the other
like,
way.
paying an extra €150 on my AP to have Max Pass. Like, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Like if Max Pass ever came and it was an upcharge, it would have to be like a whole lot for me to be not interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I went to Disneyland and I was there 2 weeks. I still paid the upcharge on my AP for Max Pass. So
Yeah.
Max Pass is like, it just pays for itself. It's great.
What happened?
oh,
Someone got an
it's
email.
such a time changer.
Eduardo is asking, will Liberty be used for something? And the answer is
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Probably, God only knows.
It will. It will. So
Right.
I know Disneyland Paris has disappeared from Liberty a few days ago. And everyone was like, ooh, but no, it's only to come back stronger. It's like
feel-
definitely mentioned in
It's
that
a bit like-
document that we definitely didn't read.
it's like Illumination, it just won't go away, or like
It's a
Tram
bit
Tour.
like coronavirus. You think you beat it once and it comes back even worse. And you're like, great.
Woo.
Like, whoop. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because I was answering some messages on Twitter, some like private messages, and some of them I had backed up since like March or April, and people were like, "Oh, well, I hope things are better in 2 weeks because I booked to come," and I was like, "Oh, memories." People thought, back in March when we thought like, because originally the parks were going to be closing for 2 weeks until the end of March. That was like the original announcement. They were like, "We're going to close until the end of March," and then here we are, July 15th. But hey.
I remember like watching the Walt Disney World final night where like all the fans were like going, "See you April 1st," and even then I was going,
Yeah.
"You're back on April 1st."
Yeah.
That's cute.
I mean, and really, they're back in July in Florida, but really shouldn't be. Like, I mean, this is an interesting case over there.
It's
But
gonna
hey,
be chaos in Florida.
Florida, like it should just not be happening. Like
The cases have already
horrific.
spiked. Like it's not gonna be good.
yeah. I mean, I trust Disney to have all the measures and safety in place for the guests, but I don't trust the guests to not come if they have corona. Like the problem is like people are going to come when they're already ill, and that is going to be the issue. It's not that they're going to catch it. I mean, they're going to catch it there from people who are just careless and just want to go to Disney World no matter what. And so that's going to be interesting. But hey, let's see. I hope they don't have to close again because that would be a big blow. But in Paris, I think we're pretty good. I mean, seeing how people are living in Paris right now, and it hasn't been a spike yet. Everyone is like gathered by the Eiffel Tower, drinking and stuff every night and having parties, and they seem to be okay. So
yeah, on that, I was watching TV this morning, and they had a doctor on, and he scared the life out of me because he went like, at the moment, it looks like Europe's doing all right, but let's remember how this thing all started, travel, and that's starting up again. I was like, oh damn, yeah.
And also Germany is not doing great right now, so yeah. They were fine, and then they weren't. It happens really quickly, so we'll see. So to finish on something a bit more fun, Natasha Rofosky has joined Instagram. And she's posted some cool photos of her roaming the parks and meeting cast members, and she's looking good, I must say. I think she's
The shots were really
I
good.
know, I love the look.
she's been doing her online classes during quarantine, and she looks great. Fitness classes. I mean, anyway. God. Digging myself up in a hole again. So yeah, and it's kind of nice to get to hear directly from her, and obviously everything is going to be reviewed by comms and I don't know, management, but it's nice that they're doing that. I think for her image, she needs to like spin it around, and maybe use this to sort of connect with the guests and cast to use the reopening. Could be a good time.
Someone, a random Disney guy in the chat, that's actually his name, has asked, is the reservation per park? No, it is one reservation will get you in both parks.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's because
No,
you can,
it is.
the dated tickets, well, you can't because every single dated ticket is 1 day, 2 parks. Like they don't really sell 1 day, 1 park tickets at the moment.
They don't really sell
So-
those anymore, right? I feel like they've just retired them
Yeah.
quietly one day. I can't
Yeah.
remember.
They do sell
So-
them.
Also, why would you buy that? I mean, if you hate the studios, you might save a few bucks by getting one of your Disneyland Park tickets.
Yeah, so they still sell them, but they do not push you in any way towards them. You really have to look for them. And
Yeah.
every single vacation package now comes with the hoppers. Like, I think it's pretty obvious that they didn't say that you have to make a reservation per park. Just, hey, if you've already got a reservation package, then you're good.
Yeah.
I think that basically says that you're fine to park hop. And
Yeah.
let's face it, no one's taking studios, right?
Yeah, no.
Oh, trying to do a day in the studios and not just like go out your mind.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, and especially because now there's even less food options, and also I don't think the Rendezvous Gourmand is gonna open,
No.
and
Oh,
so are all the chalets gone, and so that means that basically Rémy and En Coulisses are the only places to eat in that park, right?
That's-
Am I missing
And the
something?
random
Yeah.
food carts, I guess.
Right. I mean, you can get like a waffle and whatever, but or like.
Well,
a-
are they
a
gonna have like the
crock.
leftover frozen like Star Wars food? Like
Yes.
I am ready for the Wookiees. Like please.
Yes. If you
The
say the
Madeleines
words,
are coming out the freezer now.
if you say the
Right.
words Wookie Cookie, cats.
remember the time Cat queued for a Wookie Cookie and then got to the top of the queue? And
I
then
queued
helped
for an
up?
hour and they didn't have it.
Oh,
Cat has
no.
been making scandals after scandals at the studios to find that Wookie Cookie, and you got one eventually, right?
They felt bad enough that they gave me like a crush coaster fast pass thing.
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
thank you.
Is that because you were? Is that because you were crying uncontrollably at the
Oh no, that
at the
was
food
another
cart? Oh no, that was another time. Yeah.
That was at the Disneyland. That was with the princess dining thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
They still have the Yoda cakes left over.
No,
Dang.
those are long gone.
They didn't do them though.
You know what I really hope they still have are the X-wings. You know the one you like, Patrick.
Yes, that's a really cool one. I like. Did you try that one, Cat?
Yes, that was
The
good.
X-wing like lemon meringue tart
Oh,
thing.
And the
Yeah.
cheese
yeah.
waffle was actually really good.
Oh yeah.
In theory, most of those will be gone because we basically saw all the Star Wars season, other than a couple of days, I think.
I mean, like, there's
Whereas
always
all the
that
Marvel
place.
snacks must be sitting in a freezer, right?
Discoveryland always has like old Star
Yeah.
Wars stuff. Like they
Yeah,
have
maybe
that
they'll
one
be maybe
stand.
they'll be in Discoveryland. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the cheese waffle never really went like I never saw it again because I remember Ash had it and she was like, "Oh, it's so cool." And I was like, I didn't even get it because she had it all. I was like, "Okay, great," but like I heard it was lovely.
All right.
I
well,
really wanted one.
Yeah.
I missed it.
Yeah,
I feel bad for Marvel season because it was the last one and it just never happened. It's kind of like.
it's kind of I'm kind of happy to think that the next big Marvel thing is Campus.
Yeah.
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 Hotel.
And so, talking about that, construction is supposed to resume on the 26th, which is next Monday. So, yay.
I thought it was
Wait.
29th.
29,
26th,
the
Monday.
29, which is next Monday. Yay.
Yeah.
Too many dates for one day. So yeah, I think it's been signed with the unions, but somehow like no one is talking about it or no one's saying anything. I mean, it's not really something that official accounts would say.
Yeah.
But usually those things, like someone at the unions, like what it doesn't. You know what it is? It doesn't concern cast members, so they don't post about it. I think Seb was telling me that, and it's true. They don't care about which day. Like it doesn't really concern them. Unions are for the cast members, so yeah. And they're also, I guess, signing for the new status of like how they managing their hours and all that, which is gonna happen. Yeah. Anyways, Ruben says, "Do you think they might actually still do season?" No, I really don't think they will do season because campus. Well, could they do a season now? Because campus is definitely not going to open in the spring, more the summer. If they open campus in July or August, could they not do like a Marvel season in?
Oh, they said it was the last one.
Yeah.
The
Well,
last
they
one
said.
was meant to be
Well,
this
they
year.
officially said it was the last Star Wars one, but it didn't really say it was the last Marvel one. But
Well, that's
given
'cause
that,
they're
No,
ripping
they
the
didn't.
stage out, aren't they?
yeah, and I also wonder if like the whole Pixar Fest is gonna happen next year because they were gonna have like a whole season, and I feel like they should because Frozen is gonna come back to Disneyland Park whether we want it or not, and they're gonna need something in studios to sort of like help people wait for campus, which is not gonna come until the summer now. So
I don't think Campus will be too tragically delayed.
No, but I mean, it's gonna take about as much as you AP, so like about 3-4 months.
Yeah,
Extra.
but I don't even think that because they're starting in a few days, and the park's closed for almost another month. And if they want things to go slightly, because they were actually ahead of schedule, weren't they?
Yeah, but because the
So
parks
it
are
might
closed, I don't think speeds up anything because they're kind of like
I know, but if
living
you
in their
think about
own
it in terms of the AP extension,
Right.
so even if it opens in July, I think it's going to be ready for more April, May, so it might be ready for sort of mid-July now.
Yeah, that's
So
what I
I
was
don't think
saying.
it's
Yeah,
worth
I
it.
think like mid-July
Yeah.
would be a good opening because that's kind of also when Disneyland one was going to open this year. So they do like a May, June, July opening. Like I feel like that's the time you want to open lands. You know, like from April to July is kind of like the sweet spot. I feel, and then once you pass that, then you have summer, and then you have Halloween, and then you have Christmas, and and winter is not really a good time. So yeah, someone was asking me today about Halloween, and the rumor right now is that it would start September 26th. So that's how it was before this whole crisis.
Well, it always starts like the first weekend of October that's closest to the first.
Right, but this year the Lion King Jungle Festival was supposed to end before around Disney weekends, and so Halloween was supposed to be the first weekend. Around Disney was supposed to be the first weekend of Halloween, so it's possible that they're still going to run it on the 26th, or maybe move it to the following week, but don't know.
No, because then it'd
Do
be
you
like
think
the 5th
they'll
of
social
October.
distance it?
Good question. Don't know. How?
Well,
I guess that depends on where we are, right?
I guess it depends if parades have come back, because if Disney Stars on Parade is back in September, then I guess you can have the Halloween celebration.
I'm not really expecting Stars on Parade anyway. I'm not expecting that back for like a while.
Well, they ran the parade in Shanghai 2 weeks after opening.
Yeah, but didn't they say that was like one of the things that they were working on because it just wasn't working? Because you saw them all like crowding around it to like wave goodbye when it was going in, like even quicker than what it usually did. So I don't know. I'm not expecting to see parades, but that's probably just me.
Yeah.
I think the other parks saw that what happened in Shanghai and just went, maybe not.
Yeah.
Kun is asking about the new Christmas parade, and I don't know. I'm kind of like in two minds over this. I think it hasn't been decided yet if it was still going to premiere this year. One of the argument would be that for it not to be a forum would be that actually not many guests would see it, because if we still social distance and if we're still limited capacity and all those things, it might not be the best investment to launch this year, as in like it wouldn't drive really that many bookings, because the way Disneyland Paris sees seasons and everything else is by how many bookings it's going to drive. So this year might not be the year that they need this marketing tool to get more bookings, so maybe they'll delay it. But also on the other hand, apparently some of the floats have been already stripped out, so if there's not a full Christmas parade anymore, they would have to run a new one. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. It hasn't even been officially announced, apart from that guy who like talked too much during that conference. So yeah, so that's really where we are. I guess later this week we'll hear more, probably like details about the measures, the health measures, and also from the AP team, and also probably more information about hotels and people who have already bookings and all this and that.
Information from the UK government, will be allowed to go.
Yeah, exactly. Wasn't that supposed to be? Oh, it's tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow,
They'll possibly announce some kind of air bridge with France or something like that, right? Is that what it is?
Travel
Are
break,
we
don't
going
take
to
your
come
famous
back
plans.
next week for it?
I don't know.
Like, I feel like we should get back on a schedule, that's for one. But also, there might be enough news to come back, maybe?
Maybe. Well, we'll make that decision this week. But that's not the entire show, because Patrick, I think, has prepared a quiz.
Yes, there is 10 questions, and I pretty much scraped till 10, so enjoy.
There you go. So we're gonna take a musical
Which
break.
garden is the biggest garden at Disneyland Paris?
Cars Route 66.
It's
Sorry.
full of natural wonders. You can see
Well,
cast
yeah,
members
that's
in the
how
wild.
it is.
Where can you see the largest lug rope?
Lug nut.
What is it? Lugla? Lagla?
Lug
I don't
nut.
know.
A
Lugla?
lug,
Lug nut.
largest lug nut.
Lugna. Jesus.
I wonder where the current largest one is. Like,
Oh, cat. So I feel like that's a rabbit hole that we just won't ever dig. Like,
Well, maybe we can
Largest
Google during the
love
musical
nut.
break. All right, so we're going to be back in 3 minutes, and the musical break, because, it's all been short notice, but I thought it would be a good time to play a kind of a rare instrumental version of We're On Our Way, which is like an unreleased version, and I thought it'd be a nice treat since, we're going to get to hear that song this summer after all.
sorry, can
In the
Largest-
studios.
breaking news: the world's largest lug nut is in Lansing, Michigan, and it's
Yeah.
pure.
Well, I
Well,
hope they
I-
measure it
I'm
and make
gonna
sure that it's bigger.
All I can say is Lansing, Michigan, we're coming for you. Uh,
Exactly.
oh, sorry.
Also, just gonna put it out there. I've got a picture of it on my screen at the moment.
It's
Nothing
pretty
to shout about. It's pretty ugly.
It's pretty big though. You stand inside it. It's pretty big. So Disneyland Paris, get your rulers out because we'll be
Oh my
back.
gosh. The local
We're gonna
sports
be-
team is called the
We're
Lug
grown
Nuts.
now.
Oh god, we're gonna be measuring when it opens.
You use like that
Yeah.
iPhone app that measures stuff, like just
Yeah,
from
Oh
there
my
is.
goodness.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so we'll be right back in 3 minutes with the Disney quiz. See you in a bit. Welcome back to the DLP Report podcast. We're talking about reopening, but actually we're done talking about reopening, aren't we?
No, we're talking about love nuts because
We're
I have
talking-
friends
God,
who
it's
live.
back.
Kat has a friend that lives in Lansing and is gonna go see the Lubnut for us.
This is the premium content you want from DLP report. So yeah.
Well, okay. Well, yeah.
Good time.
So yeah, and something that Jeff reminded me during the break is that I have not talked about that AP drama. But maybe I will. I don't know. Maybe I'll just tweet it tomorrow.
Do it now. Do it now.
No, do it now.
Okay,
Do
but
it.
you guys don't tweet about it until I do. So as it turned out, if you don't have an Infinity AP and you book a Disney hotel going forward, it will not cancel your blackout days anymore.
Of course, because of the system. Yeah.
So
Oh.
yeah, and it's going forward forever. So yeah. So that's
So basically, stop not buying Infinity, guys.
exactly.
It makes sense.
Some of us are
people would
broke,
abuse it
okay?
and,
We're
like,
trying.
I think people just abused it and like, or if they found someone on Twitter who was staying at a Disney hotel and just walked through the gates together, you know, and
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
like
yeah.
these passes are undervalued as they are, like, as for right, but
Yeah.
there's too many ways to cheat the system at DLP, and you know they've got to deal with the capacity and the price. The passes are different prices for a reason.
And also, I mean, with the whole system already, if you just get a room only, you don't get automatic reservation for the parks. But yeah, I mean, I've used it a couple times when I've stayed at Disney hotels on purpose because before I had an Infinity, I had a Magic Plus, and I don't know, I booked like some Halloween week or something without thinking, and so I had to book a Disney hotel so I could get in. Because it's actually cheaper to pay a little bit more for a Disney hotel than buying tickets. You could always like buy, privileged tickets from your friends, or at least back when you could. But still, it's going to run you like 40 euros per day if you go in for like 2 or 3 days. That's like quite a lot of money for something that you kind of already have covered for most days in your AP. But I guess it makes sense for them to like, I don't know, boost the sales, like push more people to Infinity, and also avoid people trying to cheat the system. I don't know.
I feel like in general though, like it's kind of hard, like between like Magic Flex and Plus and whatever. There's like there's not like the blockout days. There's not like loads of blockout days. So
No,
like
yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
They're pretty good. I mean, if you get a
Yeah,
Magic
you're
Plus,
gonna
you
go-
basically it's like Halloween week and Christmas week. This is like a good deal
Yeah.
for how much money you're saving.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, APs are still such a great deal compared to a lot of prices in the other resorts, and so for now, I think it's kind of okay that they're doing this. But I mean,
and like those 2 weeks are so busy that the Infinity covers that it gets unbearable sometimes.
yeah, like, do you even want to go
Yeah.
those days? Probably not.
Yeah, like the only time really you're gonna go for New Year's week is if you're going to the New Year's party. That's literally the only reason.
Which we are. Yay. All
Well,
right.
we hope.
We hope.
Yeah.
We hope, yeah. I mean, also something we haven't talked about is like Halloween. Oh, I have some like
What is
echo.
going on?
I don't know, some weird echo. Halloween parties, are they still going on? We don't know. Also, there's
I
a lot
also
of...
hope because I'm planning on going to that as well.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
I
And-
miss lucky dance parties.
and possibly Hotel New York opening on Halloween weekend. Maybe. I don't know.
I really
I
don't. They've said now that I'm sure they released something today saying that just because November 1st is the date they cancel bookings up to doesn't mean it's opening on November 1st. I'm pretty sure they said something like that.
Oh,
And that
okay.
they'll share more details once they review construction progress and know when it'll be ready.
Okay.
Ben, did you not read the whole like press kit?
No, but I mean that makes sense because it definitely did not. They cut off all the booking to July 15, months ago, and it definitely not opening July 15. So that makes sense.
That was the other thing in the press kit. Sorry, we're taking it away from the quiz, I know, but it said something about you have to go in with an approved face mask, and that's
Which
Does that
means
get
3
the
layers.
banner face mask out? Like, what they give?
Like I don't understand. I think that's just a bad translation because it doesn't really make much sense.
Yeah, I don't know. What is an approved face mask? I mean, maybe it's like a
I
French
don't
thing.
know.
Maybe it's a French thing where like the French government maybe has like recommendations on like what type of face mask.
No, it's probably because to be a face covering, obviously has to, or a face mask has to be the 3 knitted layers, doesn't it?
Does
Or
it?
the 3 sewn
No, it
layers.
doesn't have to be. It
But
only
I
has to
can-
be 2, I think.
Or
I-
2,
no,
3
I
or
think-
2.
I think it's 3, but I don't know how.
Really?
I don't know how you can check just from looking at it if there are 3 or not.
But they probably mean like they don't want people walking around with a scarf over their face.
Like in Germany, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I'm
I
gonna
mean,
take,
You
like,
probably need like a proper
a
face
bunch.
mask that is like designed to be a face mask, as in like not a scarf, not like
Yeah.
a kid's T-shirt.
Yeah.
Or
A sock.
a
Well, you
sock.
can make it out of a sock if you sew it right.
So,
Yeah, or I don't know, like a plush or. Anyways, so let's play some quiz.
Yay! So
You know what that music means?
You know what that music means that you can hear, but everyone else can.
you know what that deafening silence means. Also, welcome to the quiz, Steph. It's
Thanks,
very
Patrick.
simple. It's very simple, but I'm going to explain the rules for Ben because he has quite a lot of difficulties with it.
You do not have to scream your name to answer it this week.
Yes, please.
Okay.
We'll stay friends, and that'll be great. Okay. So, there's only 10 questions, and I'm sorry because whatever. Anyway, let's do it. Okay. Question number 1. On opening day, how much did a 1-day passport cost in French francs?
Yeah, Jeff.
Yes, Jeff.
Was it 20?
It was not.
No.
Oh
Ben.
no, I know what it was.
Ben.
Is it 120?
No, it was not.
Oh, I know what it is now. It's annoying.
Steph.
We're back. Why?
Steph.
50.
No, Steph. The first one was the clue. No. Cat.
cat, 25.
That
No.
was not 25 francs. That's like 3
I
euros or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Elliot.
Just
And the first one was a clue.
Yeah.
yeah. You just need to add a 0 on it.
Oh, 200.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, 200, which is the equivalent about today of around 30 euros, considering at the time the French minimum wage was 34 francs an hour, which is the equivalent of 5 euros. So it was like pretty much a working day. Next, this shows how bad I was doing my research. In the book Disneyland Paris from A to Z, released to celebrate the resort's 25th anniversary, what is the title of the chapter for the letter Y?
Why?
I just was really funny.
Quiet.
It's just really funny because it's so stupid. In the book Disneyland
Cat.
Paris, yep.
Yoda cookie.
You're you're coming up too early, but it is kind of something like that. So you were nearly there actually. In the so from
Ash
what's the
says,
last-
why not?
I would just love if it was like why for why, just why.
Why? Yeah. It lists all the things that you just go to Disneyland Paris and you're like, why? Like, you know, Cars Route 66. Why?
I'll give you a clue. It's
People
in-
queuing for cod soup. Why?
I'll give you a clue. The parentheses is attraction apostrophe S music. Attraction singular Z music.
Is it yo? Oh, Jeff.
Yep.
Is it yo ho yo?
Yo-ho. No, it's just yo-ho.
Wow,
They were really running out of
scratched some heads.
ideas for why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, wow. I just liked it because it was very much clutching at straws. And it's attraction singular apostrophe S music. Right.
Just like their 1 to 10 list today. They're just like, we're gonna do a book A to Z.
Yeah,
What happens when we run out?
you can see that when they got to like G, they were like, they went out to lunch and they were like, oh, we'll finish it sometime. Anyway,
They were
next.
kind of like, shit, that's actually not a great idea, but now we've done half the letters, we have to keep going.
Yeah, They were like, "Oh yeah, it's not a great idea. We'll change it when it's printed. When is it coming out? Oh, it came out yesterday. Okay, great." Question number 3: what was the name of the first ever Disneyland Paris ambassador from 1991 to 1992?
Jeff.
Yes, Jeff.
Is it Sabine Macon?
It is. Yeah.
Damn it, I had that one.
Next, Mickey Mouse takes pride of place in Disneyland Paris' Fantasyland. What was the building called before its transformation? Ben.
Fantasyland Theater?
I will
Was it
give you that.
Fantasyland Stage?
I will give you Fantasyland Theatre.
Fancy Fair.
No, not Fantasy Fair. Say your name first.
Can I just say, like, some of the shows in there were like some of the best memories. I think it was called Le Yeye de Mini. That was great.
Oh yeah, there was a song like Mini Yeye or something. Yeah, because I remember when I was doing the radio for the others. I'm watching Lost, so they're the others now. And I had that song in there. It was like, what's Mini Yeye? And it was it's the lockdown. You have to like be creative with your TV choices. I'm at season 2, so it's taken a long time because
it's still good. Like season 4 is where it starts to go.
Yeah.
So anyway, the other name was the Fantasy Festival Stage, but I'll give it to Ben for the Fantasyland Theatre because it was also called that.
Thank you. And also I
in
said
what
my
year-
name, so that's what extra
Yeah,
points for
well
that.
done you. I feel like you should get like 10 extra points for that.
No, sorry, because then he wins anyway.
I'm sure he'll like get another 10 points off because he'll be like, "Oh, the answer is," and like say your name. So, in what year did Tony Baxter first start working for the Walt Disney Company?
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh.
I'll give you a clue. He was 17 years old and he sold ice cream in Disneyland.
Yeah, I know, and I know who he sold it to.
Steph.
Helps out.
Steph.
1960. I'm guessing.
Oh, that wasn't a bad guess, but no.
Oh.
Jeff,
old is Tony Baxter?
1964?
No, very close, but no.
Cat.
Cap.
1963.
Oh, Cat, you went the wrong way. No.
Elliot,
Elliot.
1965.
Correct.
Because he sold the ice cream to Walt Disney.
Thanks, Kat.
Did. So this is a very loaded question for Cap. So I'm sorry. Complete the quote on B. Arnold's headstone in the Boo Hill Cemetery. Cold is my bed, but oh how I love her. For colder are what?
Oh my god.
Cold is my bed, but oh how I love her. For colder are what?
Cat.
Yep.
Colder, are we dead together? I don't know.
No, honey.
I forget this one. I can't keep track of all of the cemetery things. Come on.
You're already an expert on one cemetery.
No.
It rhymes, and the last word is it. So it's kind of like a little poem.
Wait, say it again.
Cold is my bed, but oh how I love it. For colder are 4 words. I thought. No.
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 Nope.
No.
Colder, So cold is my bed, but oh how I love it. For colder are my friends above it.
Oh.
There you go.
These are good questions. You were like building it up to be rubbish.
Yeah.
It usually is, so I just thought that's the best way to go. So next, who was the original sponsor for Town Square Photography?
Oh,
Ben.
Steph. Oh.
Elliot, we had this question last week or the week before.
No, it didn't.
I don't remember, so I'm sorry. I don't know
Ben.
who it was. Jeff or was it Steph? Let's
It
just
was
say Steph.
Okay, I'm Konak.
Correct.
Yeah.
What was the original name for the signature table service restaurant in Adventureland?
Ben.
Elliot.
Ben,
Blue Lagoon.
correct.
Did you know it used to have a Michelin star? Like, it was the first Disney
What?
restaurant
No.
to ever have one.
Nice.
Say-
That went
Blue
down,
Lagoon.
no?
I love Ben's reaction. He's like, "What?"
Oh.
Yeah, it was the
Wasn't it
first Disney
California
restaurant
Grill?
anywhere in the world to ever have a Michelin star.
And how fast did it lose it? Like
For
2
what
weeks.
food? I mean, Axel has had more food scandal there than anywhere else.
Well,
Uh,
back in 1992, like,
No.
they were really going in pretty high on all this stuff, and then it
Yeah.
all went to poop later.
Well, because
Yeah,
I
I
think
was
people
reading
just
the
didn't
book
really
from
embrace it.
Lee Cockrell.
That's the issue. I think like a lot of people who went in '92 were expecting to have trashy American food, and then the resort was just kind of like, "Oh, that's what you want? Okay, there it is." And then years and years
Went
later,
like-
we're all like,
yeah.
"Well, we actually don't want trashy American food because now the American parks are not even selling trashy American food," and so now we're stuck with it. But in the US, they've quite evolved already back to that standard.
And even though in France, whenever you go to like a fun fair or like a carnival kind of type atmosphere, the food isn't that bad. Like it's not as bad as it is in Disneyland Paris. Like you'll get like freshly made churros and you'll get like freshly made like hot dogs and stuff like that. Yeah, fair enough. It's not fab, but like it's not like like it's still quite good. And I know they don't want like deep fat fryers everywhere in Disneyland Paris because like the smell isn't great and whatever. But like you can get like decent like theme park fun food. You can get it like quite decently and whatever. Anyway, next question.
But I feel
Sorry.
like in the US, like in Magic Kingdom, when they make those tater tots that I love so much, like they make them in the location and they manage to have deep fryers back there that don't stink up all of Fantasyland.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know
Right? I mean, they're not made off site, I think. That's why they're so
Same for the
fresh.
churros and things in Disneyland, right? You don't smell any deep fat
No,
fries.
but the
like,
churros-
The churros are.
Oh.
Well, they also have all the scent machines around, so I don't know like how much that.
But the
I mean-
churros are just brought in these big boxes and they're just kind of defrosted and like kind of
Yeah.
roasted a little bit, and that's kind of really it. So
Yeah,
like,
but
I'm
if you go to
fine with
Fuente del
that.
Oro, you get those churros. They've been under the heat lamp for so long, and they were made off site, and it basically they taste like a piece of cardboard rolled out.
No, I like the Fuente.
They're okay. They're okay, but if you've been to like Winter Wonderland and you've had the churros that you've seen come out of the machine and fall in the oil and then basically being fished out and just put in a
Yeah,
cone for
true.
you, like these are really nice. They're like piping hot and they're crispy and they have like fresh sugar on it. It's nice. I'm
Oh
not
my
sure.
goodness, are we not going to Winter
This
Wonderland
year
this
would
year?
encompass.
I'm
If
pretty
we
sure
were
Winter
actually
Wonderland is
Winter
cancelled.
Wonderland.
I mean, come on.
Oh.
Maybe
I'll go on
I
all
don't
the rides. Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Oh my
uh,
gosh, that's sad. Winter Wonderland's like the best thing in London in the winter 'cause it's like
It is fun.
good.
Yeah, we all balanced here. Anyway, is there more
Okay.
questions, Patrick? One more? Two more?
question. There's two more. And for the next one, I'll take the month and the year. If you give me the whole date, that's great. But I'm looking for the month and the year.
Okay.
What date did Natasha Rafalski take up her role as president of Disneyland Paris?
Elliot,
Elliot,
December 12th, 2018.
correct. Was that a question on the quiz
Too
before?
long ago. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I knew that.
Well done. That's right.
I always get the executive questions right. You know this.
The last question. So Ben is on 2, Jeff is on 2, Steph is on 1. The last question is: what important project was announced on September 29th, 1999?
Elliot,
Elliot.
Walt Disney Studios Park.
Correct. Oh. And that's the quiz. Well done, Elliot.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did
they
Elliot
win?
win?
Yeah.
Oh, fine.
Yay.
Congratulations. I think I've won.
I'm just more
once out of
sad
my
now that
episodes.
Winter Wonderland is not coming. Like, that's
Oh.
put me in a full of
Different
depression
podcast,
today.
Jeff. That's
It
not.
might come.
Well, I don't think it's been officially cancelled. I'm just assuming it is.
They've started making the vaccine already. We don't know if it's safe yet, but you
Oh,
know,
God.
if it is, they've started
It says
making
on the
it.
website we'll be back again in November 2020, but that probably.
But they were probably written that like last
Yeah.
Christmas. Last
Would've thought,
Christmas.
yeah.
Well, yeah, lots of changes. But so who is gonna go on July 15th?
I'm
We'll find out
thinking
tomorrow.
on whether I can get one, get a ticket, might go.
Yeah, cats and
I'll at least go like that
Are
within those
you,
2
are you
weeks.
basically trying to see who can like, sort you out for content?
no, no, I already have people for content. Thank you very much.
I do
Okay.
wonder.
Dang, all right.
So, you know, funnily enough, Disney World's first day didn't actually sell out in 2 minutes. Like,
No, it sold out in like 6 hours.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's not too bad. That's not too bad. You know, people who are already complaining that no one will be able to get a reservation and stuff. Well, actually, you can. So,
Well,
I'm not
this
sure
is
how
for
many
this
of
is
the
for
general
resort
public
guests.
are going
Don't
to be
forget.
rushing back. That's
Well, at
true,
the moment, this is
but-
resort guests, so APs and things are next week.
I see.
That's gonna be chaos.
But then at the end of the day, like they must have capacity saved for them. So even though it's all sort of pro rata ratios, because
Well,
You
let's
know what
see,
I mean?
because obviously APs will all want to go. So
But we'll probably get AP previews. So, you know,
no, I'm
AP
talking
previews
about
are
what
not
this
going to
will
happen
do.
on 14, but they might happen the week before. They're definitely going to reclose the parks before it opens if they have a preview. So
Mhm.
interesting.
It's just crazy. Like, we live in a world where the parks are closed.
Yeah.
I have a press kit for a reopening of a Disney park. That is
In a world
bonkers.
where Disney parks are closed.
Like, but on January the 1st, we would have had no idea this was coming.
Nope.
Nope.
No. When I left
Like,
the park
and our
at
year
the
review podcast will be like, okay, let's talk about what happened in January. Frozen happened, and then nothing happened because the parks are closed.
The only thing we thought was coming down the road was Cars Route 66, and we were like, "Hey, boy, we miss a trick."
Now we're just setting things on, like living cars on fire.
Oh, here we go.
It's coming. It's coming this year as well. They confirmed it's this year.
We're all going to be so excited that we're going to go on it like 20 times by the time we get back to Disney
No.
Park.
I mean, what
No,
should
we're
what
not.
should be
It'll
fun?
be fun.
What should be actually good? And like, we're all gonna have to shut up. I'll
think
admit,
the
if it's
chance of
good, I'll
that
say
is,
it. But you know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think the chances of that are pretty slim. I'm not gonna
Like, if
lie.
they actually have the guts to set a living car on fire, then like full credit to them. I will say it's the best ride.
But you know what else I'm excited for? That is also coming this summer. or-
Disneyland Paris, where magic gets real. We set living things on fire.
where magic gets too real.
It's a nature wonderland, circle of life. Cars die. Deal with it.
With the world's largest love nut.
Well, the new slogan is "There's no magic without you," so you have to go and make your magic yourself now.
That
Like,
dynamic.
can you like drive in and like on the side of the road it says "Welcome to Disneyland Paris, home of the world's largest love nut."
You're 5 kilometers away from the world's largest love.
You're just hundreds of euros away from witnessing the world's
Can you imagine the guy's like really passionate about lug nuts, like just paid?
You got the €1 guys outside, like going, "Oh my gosh, I just need to buy some love nuts." Like,
You're gonna sell them a little ring that you can put your finger, like something like a souvenir for that part.
You know what they should do? They should do hats. You know, big giant foam hats of the lug nuts.
The Mickey ears, but instead of the ears, it's the lug nuts.
Oh, that'd be cute.
Yeah. Just paint the donut silver and you're set.
So
like
remember,
if you're driving on the A4 past Disneyland Paris, it's like you've just missed the world's largest love nut.
next exit 10 miles, like, do you know what I mean? Mickey Yui. No, I feel like people used to listen to this podcast, and then it got a bit lug nutish, and everyone's like, and unsubscribe.
You just heard lug nut, they're like, nope, I'm out.
but we're like the DLP Report podcast is number 1 in like cars and automobiles on iTunes.
Oh boy! All right. Well, can't wait for that opening. Another one I'm excited about, in all honesty, is the Disney Junior Dream Factory, which sounds like it would be really cute.
Yeah,
We're all
that
going
was
to go and
confirmed,
dance,
right?
and it's like a new steampunk, because it was in the same announcement as Car 66, but we just forgot about that because.
Well, yeah, but also they
Crazy
just
about that
released
when
the
you got
same
a
piece
lug
of
nut.
concept art, right? They
Yeah,
just
yeah,
said,
yeah.
well, it's still coming. Whereas
Yeah.
the Car 66 thing was genuinely new, weird photoshopped work.
Yes.
So
But it's interesting because it was going to come in May, so that means it's about 2 months delayed. So it will probably come in September. I don't know, something like that.
But obviously,
Well,
it also
that
has to
means
depend about whether they can run it in social distancing, right? As well, so that's
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
to play a
But
little
it has
part in
bleachers
it.
and stuff, so that could be.
Yeah, but kids running around playing, like,
Yeah,
I think
maybe.
that this was closer to being ready because I think construction was actually quite nearly finished.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that much to do, to be honest. They just changed the sets.
Yeah. So, but it was close to like a year and a half
Yeah,
somehow.
yeah. I mean,
They must
it's
have
quite
redone
an
the backstage or something.
Yeah, it's quite an extensive change.
Mhm.
And the set looks gorgeous, so can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
We actually have an interview that we did about this, so I'm going to be calling Disney to know if we can release it.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Because obviously, you know, all the closures happened and they were like, nope. Put it on the shelf. But yeah, so we'll see. All right, guys. I think we've covered everything. So maybe we'll be back next week, depending on the news. I don't know. Jeff, you want to be back?
hopefully
Okay.
there's enough news. Like, that'd be nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what happens. And in the meantime, thank you everyone for being on the show. Thank you everyone on Twitter for such like a, you know, huge reaction and fun this afternoon. Finally, some news. I know it was fun for me to be back in that, you know, stressful / excited / all that stuff, like of pushing exciting news. So it's been a while. So it's nice to be back. And as Jeff said on his account, it's nice to see that, you know, the Disney humor is back as well. The Disney community has already made fun of Car 66. I saw that Parkorama made fun of There's No Magic Without You. You know, like there's already all those memes like there's no magic without Space Mountain. There's no magic without Catherine. There's no magic. Yeah. so you know, Disneyland Paris community is doing well. So that's good to see.
Like, we went into a bit of hiatus. It slowed right down.
Yeah. Yeah, and also
And,
thank you to everyone who enjoyed all the designing DLP that we finished yesterday. It was super fun to research. Thank you for everyone on the team as well to help. So it was really good. I'm kind of sad that I won't get to push any more concept arts, but to be honest, we have ran out. So it was a good time for the announcement. I was like, okay, they're going to announce the date. We're going to stop designing DLP because, you know, running out of ideas. But yeah, so it was also really fun to do. All right. Have a good week, everyone, and we will see you next time. And I think last podcast we didn't play the song, so I'm just gonna recycle. We're gonna play Mickey's Mix Magic. I think it's from
Yay!
Hong Kong Disneyland. Yeah.
Good.
No,
Yeah.
Mixed
That's from
Magic is
Disneyland
from
Resort.
Disneyland. Yeah.
Well, it started in.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
but
it's the same.
no.
It's the same as like We Love Mickey at Hong Kong Disneyland.
Yeah, it premiered as We Love Mickey, I think.
Yeah. Anyways,
Oh,
it's a good track.
time. Oh,
Yeah,
good
it's a good
time.
track
Good time
and it's
premiered
fun.
here in Paris.
Exactly, we might hear that song again for like the opening.
Well, no, it
No, but
didn't.
yeah,
It premiered with the
it
Cupcake
premiered
Girls.
with the Cupcake Girls.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
but
the
I mean, it
Cupcake
might.
Girls.
DLP was the actual only park to do Mickey's birthday at Mickey's birthday.
For a change, we were on time.
When they brought back the cupcakes and they just sat there like the statues for a
last
week.
year that was weird.
For a week, for a month.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it'll be
Cupcake
interesting to see what music they choose for the welcome kiss and a goodnight kiss, because in Hong Kong they're playing Good Time for their character procession. So maybe we'll get that for the morning, or I don't know. I hope they use something that has Zippity Doo in, because it's just such a good song for the morning.
It's probably been magic
Maybe
everywhere
at the
still.
moment.
Not
maybe
at the moment. Would not be a
Maybe
good
not at the
idea.
moment. You're right. Okay, yeah, maybe not. Okay, so maybe we'll get Good Time as well. Anyways, so thank you everyone for joining, and thank you, Steph. Welcome to the gang.
thank
And-
you.
And thanks, Kat, from joining from America. Good luck getting back to France.
Good luck getting across the border.
Yes. All right. So thank you, everyone.
You'll
and
be fine.
you'll be
Yeah.
fine. Yeah. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 I don't get how
Let's get it swingers, oh, jungle VIP. I've reached the top and had to stop, and that's what's bothering me. I wanna be a man cub, and stroll right into town, and be just like the other men. I'm tired of walking around. Oh, I wanna be like you. I wanna walk like you, talk like you, too. You see it's true, and it's like me. Can learn to be human too. Ooby-doo, I wanna be like you. I wanna walk like you, talk like you, too. You see it's true, and it's like me. Can learn to be human too. Can learn to be human too. Everybody wants to be a cat.
It's not exactly the Reds, but it's peaceful, quiet.
Everybody wants to be a cat. I'm telling you, everybody wants to be a cat. Everybody. Let's dance, everybody. Hallelujah, everybody. Everybody wants to be a cat. Everybody. On tail today. On tail today.
$10,000 will give you such a crick in the neck. Yo, Rockman, haven't seen you in a few millennia. Give me some tassel. Yo, yo. Mr. Lancer, my little baklava. Mr. Lancer, you ain't never had a friend like me. Life is your restaurant. Life is your restaurant. Life is your restaurant. Life is your life. Mr. Lancer, my little baklava. Mr. Lancer, what will your pleasure be? Let me take your order, jot it down. You ain't never had a friend like me.
Jeez, where'd you dig this bozo up?
Welcome, foolish mortals. The happy haunts have received your sympathetic vibrations and are beginning to materialize. They're assembling for a swinging wake. No flash pictures. Please.
As the lift doors creak and the tombstones quake, happy haunts materialize, grin and ghosts come out to socialize. Now don't close your eyes and don't try to hide. For a silly spook, place it by your side. Shrouded in a dark disguise, they pretend to terrorize. Grin and ghosts come out to socialize. As the moon climbs high over the dead oak tree, spooks arrive for the midnight spree. Creepy creeps with eerie eyes start to sweep and harmonize. Grim and ghosts come out to socialize. When you hear the knell of a requiem bell, because where spirits dwell, restless bones etherealize. Rise as spooks of every size. Grim and ghosts come out to socialize.